Mesa speaks up. It's like,
Just
well,
random stuff.
both of your brains are already in the right place for this. This is going to go great. I'm really looking forward to it. More so now, actually.
Good.
Okay, let's go find Ethelur.
Ariana has like visibly perked up a lot from this conversation. Having a hard day in classes, hard day at school, but ooh, more day now. Hold
you
on
have
a
ghosts
second.
in your blood and you should do cocaine about it.
Yes. So, what does the hungry dark feel like? Do you smell anything?
I don't know if it's what I'm smelling, but it often smells a little bit like baked goods.
Well, that sounds lovely.
That does not.
Like cinnamony?
Ariana, no.
It's called the hungry dark.
Not hungry for the food. It's hungry for dark.
But it's weird that it smells like something good. If it's
Wait.
supposed to be bad.
Are you hungry dark affiliate too? Ariana?
Huh?
Because you smell food all the time.
But I'm just hungry. I don't think I'm dark.
They call out to her in Draconic, and she responds.
Wait, do I also see Sventisco for a brief second through the orb?
Roll a perception check.
Alright.
No, you just see this guard walk out.
What do they say to her?
You been there the entire time? No. And she got a natural one, and she says, Sventisco. I mean, no.
She says her own name like a Pokemon?
Yes.
Oh, no.
I need everybody in the room to roll for initiative.
Oh.
Damn, that's so
Monty, your
rough.
girlfriend. Shit.
That's, she got a natural one. I decided she just freaking panicked.
She's trying her best, okay.
And she rolled a 2
Don't
on the
make fun of
initiative,
her.
so she sits there like an idiot. I had one thing left to do, and now she's getting frustrated because this motherfucker not listening. So, as like maybe blood is coming out of her nose or something from
Only a little.
the chronic damage, we'll just kind of start laughing, and we'll place the open book on her face like a mask, and say, "You will be alone just like me," in the exact word that Seosh said in that one time. Leaving you with a nice little cliffhanger.
Yeah, okay, bye.
What's happening?
Okay, so I had some idea that you were going to do something, but I never thought for a moment about using the book as a Vox mask. I have no idea what that does. I have not.
I don't know either.
Foggy.
Pronto
that's so
looks out after the fleeing scientist. Abby, go. And then you go over. He's gonna touch the back of the doctor's head with his symbiote hand, and then his hand is gonna transform into the doctor's hand, and he's gonna put it on the orb.
Oh. Yeah, baby.
What does that do?
Something that gnomes didn't expect.
That's a great question.
Hi.
Okay, describe this devil's fate at the claws of Slobber Chops.
He gets like whipped around, lands on his head, still like conscious and alive. Slobs just starts like going at his ass, just like and just disembowels him.
Oh.
Like, I imagine the camera pans away and you hear a sound like a wood chipper. And you just gore spewing off to the side. It's like somewhat,
And then-
discretionary shot, but everybody
His
knows
legs
it's
are like,
And then
"Gah!"
Slobberchops' face comes up into the screen, covered in gore, and it just does the one lick, the one like aggressive face lick. Yep.
Perfect.
I hate exactly what it is. I hate everything I stand for.
The only thing that you notice, Garnet, is just like little touches of frost, just the barest remnants of frost underneath where the books were.
Oh, no, no, wait, is this having Herald vibes of Frost origin?
No. This isn't black ice. This is not Agathissian ice.
You will forever pay for what you have done, Garnet. I will punish you with ice cream pies. What? This is amateur hour.
No, that was.
Give me a stroke over here. I'm seeing enough of this shit. I'm going to bed. Fuck this. I don't want to go to bed, actually. I don't want to do anything. I would like to sit on the saddle of the Cavalier and Misty step myself onto the horse.
Oh, damn. That's what you got that for your birthday.
What the actual are you doing?
I'm riding a horse.
I'm on a horse. You're on a Gracie horse, but you're on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
Okay, you teleport onto the fiend, this burning horse of evil, with the saddle, which wraps itself around. And according to the saddle of the Cavalier, you can't be dismounted against your will, and attacks against it have disadvantage.
I'm gonna talk to it in Infernal, because I know Infernal to try and have the horse be friends with me.
Great, now I have to roleplay a horse.
Someone had picked him up and you were carrying him back. And you were going to figure out what to do with the pants. Either try and break him out of the pants or turn them back to normal. There was a lot to the...
relatively soft, so getting him out of the pants shouldn't be too hard. Getting him out unscathed might be hard, but, you know, it's doable.
Well, were they... Is he wearing tight pants? Is he a tight pants kind of a guy, or is he like a loose?
Search your heart. You know he's a tight.
I mean, you knew.
Too bad
We all knew.
There are only two types of guys.
He would be using a crowbar and trying to pry them off his body.
There are two wolves inside you. One wolf wears tight pants. The other one does not.
You said to
Said I'm
look...
intimidating, and I gotta be more...
Oh.
Less of that. And
No. I don't think you have to be less of that. It's just that you are, and that's okay, but...
I don't want to just be okay. I want to be amazing for a mate, or whatever.
Amazing for a mate.
Yeah!
Carted out, you're trying to fuck.
Not that kind of mate. Like a crewmate. A life crewmate.
Sus.
Like a mate.
Wow.
Well, you're not entertained! This is not why you have come!
Roll a
Save me!
roll a persuasion. What say you to this plea?
No! Tears of glitter fall from my eyes.
Right? If you have a gate open, it's a two-way street. So they could just come right back through. Go ahead.
Okay, that's like a bad roll, but like...
I think I could help with that.
Like, if someone just heals me as I'm doing it, like, I could keep this going all day.
What have I done? Okay, Avalor.
I could probably seal it one way, the gate.
I can at least get 25.
Last night, I learned how to create a kind of a bridge that can support my friends but won't let my enemies step upon it. If I just cast it vertically in front of the gate, they couldn't move back through it.
Ooh.
What are they cooking?
Let them cook.
So they're going to work on an item that will permanently maintain that spell for you, or some other long-term solution.
I was gonna say, damn, they trust Avalor to not just pop that shit off like Lord of the Rings style. Yeah, that's a lot of trust in a teenager.
Well, they haven't mentioned the fact yet that they're probably going to implant a spike in his heart or something with the effect on it.
Yo, Chainsaw Man mode.
All right, so
Pull the rope to get the
that's-
uncle out. Actual trained Uncle Man.
You've seen the man from Uncle. But now the uncle from
from
man.
the man. Good lord. Let's say Mia Hethil, because he's right in the middle of 3-player characters. So, you know, him in particular.
I take it the burning didn't kill it.
Yeah, roll 1d10, but it's fire resistant, so. Bonk.
Where is Mr. Reaction with a ward guy?
He used it. That shit's gone.
Oh, gone for
Bonk.
forever?
Well, until his next long range. A long rest.
La 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 la. La la la.
Don't need no wards for dealing with these fucking idiots.
That should be one of your sub sounds on your channel.
It should be. It really should be.
Well, so much for my terrifying monster. Guess I'll just, you know, die.
Pulls pin, throws pin.
Quiet down. Are you guys dating? Are you guys a thing?
Mason doesn't respond.
Time and place, Garnet.
Wait, Sventisco saying that?
Yes.
I mean, a maze is quite a romantic date. Right?
Mason, you saved her. Oh, see, like Mason's the one who did all the work. These are like his dogs, and he let us here, and he really was so worried. And we fought this big thing earlier, and Mason was just so cool.
Oh my god, the vouch.
Thank you for the Lambo.
Roll to vouch. Persuasion or deception, your choice.
Mason will try to say some of those things are true.
18 seconds. Is that how long it'll take before those hellhounds come?
I don't know, probably. They're very fast.
Right. They can smell me.
Time's ticking.
Okay, I'll wait 18 seconds before I go back to the ethereal plane.
Okay.
And I go to the astral plane.
Oh, man. Oh, there's jack shit this creature can do about that. Okay. Whoosh. You fade from reality, surrounded by the silver mists.
But
That's
also,
right.
yeah.
You're on a bound. You're on a bound. Look, Ariana's out. Balvarex. Please take care of her. We'll be taking Mason as payment.
He's collecting snacks already from the food hall for when she wakes up.
Thank you, Balvi. I'll owe you one.
Like as Garnet walks out the door, she'll just be like, "Yeah, we'll just say the drugs came from Balvi."
No. Basically going to stand up. No, Balvi, no. I'll make sure that doesn't happen. It's fine. We will not. No, won't happen. Won't happen. Garnet.
Yes, it's just down the hall.
Turns to Athor, just how it's
You get
fine.
used to
Never
it.
mind. It's fine.
deep in the confines of the Tenarius tunnels, as our heroes stand face to face with two of the most powerful individuals in the world of Oscus. Varys Goodwin responds to Asena's thought, her inquiry. Is the astral plane desolate enough for you to share this secret with me? And he responds with the fear of not being alone, the fear of someone being just out of sight, the fear of somebody minding their own business nearby, and your actions causing them harm. To refresh everybody, we are in the Tenarius tunnels. You are still in possession of the Cincture Satanis, the only place in the world of Oscus that a portal can open that leads to hell. A portal through which you sent the amnesiac and heresy-infused Gruck the Axe. Okay, I don't know why there's two lafons, but there's two lafons. Man, I was on a
I appear to have taken Drosi's position.
Yeah.
On our
This is insufficiently scuffed to call for a reboot.
Scuffed.
Yeah, but it does call for scuffed emotes in the chat. I can give you that much. Anyways, you're in possession of the Cincture Satanis. Gruck the Axe, one of the celestial heroes, had his memories wiped out by the vile dragon. Then he was infused with heresy. Then he was shrunken and shoved through a portal to hell. The Inquisitor, I just almost dropped the completely wrong name. I almost called him Tenkobel Business.
From the other.
Yeah. Triclocius Edwardius is attempting to negotiate, and you're having a sidebar with Varys Goodwin, who has a terrible secret he wishes to unburden himself of, but he will only reveal it to Asena, and only if the two of you are completely and utterly alone. He sent the emotion of being alone in space, so alone there's no other life on the planet. The party right now is attempting to negotiate a way that you can leave safely. You can get as much as you can right now and leave safely. For the things that you have done against the Ministry and the Inquisition could still mark you as enemies of the entire planet, even though you have good reason for them. It is a tense negotiation. This sidebar is occurring between Varys Goodwin and Asena. I know it's been a week, and I know the stream crashed last time, so please feel free to ping me with your questions as we continue.
It's actually been 2 weeks, believe it or not.
Right. Mein Gott.
I am having some difficulty relocating, facilitating in my brain the conversation we had post-crash versus like what is canon now. So would you mind if I can go over
Go ahead.
just how I see things, and you can let me know if that actually happened or not?
Please do. Rest of the party, feel free to yell as well.
So we want to set up this meeting between Asena and Varys Goodwin. We want to make sure that we can get ourselves, both John and Asena, as well as Yasmin and Dolores, off of Oscus, unhurt, unmessed with, completely and totally just untouched. They won't do that freaky deaky lobotomy stuff. And if possible, we want to get Dolores' family. All of this, we are going to be making a trade for the Satanis for the flesh of Kor. We had at one point, I don't know if this happened on stream, I don't think so, but between all of us, whether John proposes it or not, I think we're coming up with an idea where we want to rescue Gruck, to show that we are down with going along with the hierarchy of the Ministry and the, I want to call them the Imperium. They're not the Imperium, but they remind me of the Witch Hunters.
The Oscus Inquisition.
Yeah, they're the Inquisition. That's right. So in order to kind of meet them halfway, we would like to propose that Varys, considering they would be one of the best, not only to watch over us, but to keep us in line and to assist us in going into the Satanis to rescue Gruck, cure them of their affliction, and bring them back. And if we left, in order that we end up going in there and we kind of leave Asena and Varus there last. Depending on how we go about setting that up, it should leave them isolated enough to where Varus would be willing to speak with Asena, and we can then leave them be if that's where they want to remain. Because it seems like we're getting this idea that they're not fully cool with what's happening here on Oscus, but like they technically aren't allowed to like leave. So if we set up a situation where we're allowing them a way out and also to speak with Asena, then we should be able to hopefully pull this whole thing off. Does that sound feasible?
What's going on the phone?
I was just gonna say, was there? I can't remember if we confirmed this. Was there someone that Varus was concerned would prevent him from just freely going? Did he give that vibe off that someone was going to try and interfere in any way of stopping us from making this this movement?
He definitely gave you the impression that you cannot trust everyone who is with you right now in this very chamber.
Isn't it specifically Triclocious he's like really worried about? Yeah.
Yeah. He isn't talking, he's only using emotions, and there are some things he just will not touch. But you're getting the vibes.
I'll do anything for love, but I won't talk to Triclocious.
Triclocious stroking his chin for a moment. So you propose the following. You will retrieve Gruck from hell. We will receive the Cincture Satanas back. You will receive the flesh of Kur, and you will all leave forever.
With Dolores' family, yes, correct.
Quick sidebar, not Triclocious specifically. Going to hell requires us to step through a portal. If we all do so, that would just give them the Cincture Satanas.
Unless we leave somebody here that we trust to whole safeguard it, yeah.
Do we have someone that can do that? Against the might of
realistically, no, but technically, if these people are the good guys and you're making a deal with the good guys, then it should be okay. But that's a good point. You're right.
Good guys is relative.
Good guys, well, they see themselves as the good guys. But yes, you're right. Making a deal is relative. Technically, I feel like out of everyone here, Varus would likely be the most trustworthy in regards to oh yeah, if they say it's good, then it's probably good. But there's also another big player here, Rank here. If we can get a promise from them, then that would likely work out well. Also, considering you're going to be bringing Varus and a lot of you, John wouldn't mind staying behind. He's got a lot of weird tricks up his sleeve if they try to pull any kind of weird stuff. Plus, also, John has to turn people tiny and send them in. So that would work out if he keeps minimizing people, sending them through.
Don't we need somebody to make us not untiny though? Once we get.
I mean, that's also a good point.
And also, we're kind of
focusing on it though.
We're kind of also going to hell.
Yeah, I think the thing about sending them in, I'll stop focusing on it. But then, how do they get back unless they're tiny?
Well,
oh yeah,
Triclocious.
You have to go in.
Here's a possibility. You see, messaging now directly, I can get you the flesh of Corp in the next 5 minutes. I can't give you her family.
why not?
I don't have them.
I don't believe that. Can I roll an insight check?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say there's probably not a point in trying to suss out Triclocious, but yeah.
He's just an X-level character who's built entirely around uncovering lies and telling lies. I'll show you my D20 roll, but I'm not going to tell you my modifier. I rolled a 6. Roll an insight check.
My modifier sucks. Somehow I'm a good liar, but I'm
a terrible judge of character.
Yes.
you're not getting anything off him that would indicate that he's lying.
Oh, you know, I think he's got like a huge bonus, but
Yeah,
can I take a crack at
probably.
it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll take a crack at it. 29.
Yeah, that beats him. By a
detective
decent margin.
Oh, good.
He absolutely knows more than he's saying, but he's not lying.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
John would like to inquire who has
I was gonna say,
Dolores.
grill him, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Get him.
Do you know who has access to Dolores' family?
I don't.
But do you know who would?
No.
Is there anybody among those present here who would?
He glances at Rankir Tarandorn and he looks over at Varys Goodwin. He says, I don't believe there is.
I'm gonna like I'm gonna like do that same emotional thing to Varys. Kind of sussing out what his reaction to Closius saying that is.
Let me see if I can check exactly what it is that Varys Goodwin knows about the Score Tarvorial.
Listen, we struggled with the emotional thing 2 weeks ago. I am absolutely going to use it as much as we can here.
Okay, I don't think he specifically knows about the Score Tarvorial, of whom your parents were two. Uncertainty, suspicion, that sort of pit in your stomach of, but not clarity.
What if we traded for them, Triclosius? There's someone that you might want to have returned to you.
Were they mine to trade, John? They'd be on the table, but I'm afraid that they've taken themselves beyond the reach of all help.
Can you elaborate? Will you elaborate, Triclosius?
He thinks for a moment, running the numbers. The young lady, your parents, remembers of a fringe philosophical organization that took steps through magic and ritual that the Inquisition has yet to unravel, to place themselves beyond our reach. But I'm afraid it cost them their lives.
What does that mean? I was told that they were still alive.
They linger somehow. But I'm afraid that alive may have been inaccurate. They have not passed on, but they are no longer among the living. And neither are they among the shambling dead. I'm simply afraid that I don't know where they are. And it is by their own doing.
John's gonna. Go ahead.
Dolores is gonna look over at Asena and John to see if this kind of like rings any kind of bell for them if they've ever come across this.
I mean, we've come across undead before. Is what Triclosius describing? Does that hit any sort of bell? Ring any sort of bell that would ring true, other than some sort of undeath or incorporation, discorporation of sorts?
Roll a religion check, please, John, and anyone else who's applying their minds to this phenomenon.
Yeah, I'll do so.
This is a very niche, very weird case, so the information you're going to get is likely going to be... They have been sacrificed to fuel the machine, Lafon.
Yeah. I do have some follow-up questions after we settle some of the stuff here.
All right, so one example that you can think of here, John, is Asena. She's a very curious soul situation. So they are dead, apparently of their own working, but their souls didn't pass on.
I see.
So they may have undergone some sort of transformation, reincarnated into another body. There's a lot of fringe possibilities. But if they
it's likely not just straight up like undeath. It would probably be a reconstitution of self.
Yeah, or something weird, some sort of stasis in between state, disembodied but not undead. If the Inquisition is telling the truth, that they don't know where they are, then it's not likely a standard undead, because in the history of Oscus, the Celestial Heroes fought liches and vampires. Like, their catalogs are extensive with undead encounters.
You did know. Yeah. Huh.
Precocious, you wouldn't happen to have you or anyone amongst your peers didn't attempt to scry on their original bodies and come up with failure, did you? Do you know where their original bodies lie?
Yes, I'm afraid they've been disposed of.
Okay. Understandable.
What about their not original bodies?
That's an interesting line of inquiry there, young lady. Where does that come from?
I don't know. Happen.
Okay, am I losing everyone or just Pods?
I think
there was a slight,
yeah,
just a slight kick, but I think everything's fine. It was just a little delay.
You said, I don't know
Am
what
I
happened to
here?
me. Is it? Yeah, you're here. Is that what you said?
I
don't
said it
know.
happens sometimes.
It happens sometimes. The thought hasn't escaped us. But if we were aware of the locations of any new bodies they had, then I assure you, I would not be here. No, I'd probably still be here. This is quite important.
Do you have their work? Their writings, their journals?
All such materials have been labeled as heretical and sealed. Is that what it would take?
Yes. And in return, we'll give you the body of, and John knows the name, I don't. All I have written down is Dead Inquisitor Lady.
Oh, they don't even know we have that yet. Ace up the sleeve.
Oh, hold on, I've got them written down here.
I know you do.
That's the wrong one. They're around here somewhere. Hang on.
Yeah,
hang
there's
on.
another Dead Inquisitor Lady in your notes. I know. I keep those just lying around too, right up there with
Master
sexy
Inquisitor
goblin question mark.
Esperid and Inquisitor Senis. Those were the two corpses, and the one that was being autopsied was Senis, because Esperid is the one that was brought back to Ivus Vitalis' base.
Yeah.
Well, there we go.
Let me propose this, friends. For the safety and security and sanctity of our beloved and blessed world, we will furnish you with this flesh of Kor and with the writings of the heretical, sealed, and forbidden sacrosanct writings of your parents. In exchange, all of you will enter the Cincture Satanis, retrieve Gruck the Axe, and then find your own way elsewhere.
Oh.
Done.
Including Varys?
Oh, no,
Well, we
Varys,
still have to return Gruck.
Varys
so,
and Gruck. Yes.
But
yes.
he's saying we
Oh no, I
aren't
meant
coming
Varys
back
is coming
through.
with us to hell.
We're not going to bring up.
Varys
Yeah.
is just coming with us to help identify and return. Gruck
We're on the
Axe.
same wavelength. We're just making sure they're coming. We're not going to include them in the safe return clause.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so like basically what he's saying is we're not coming back through that. We are not coming back through that gateway.
That nicely solves the whole leaving someone behind situation, don't you think? And
I believe you're right.
Varys Goodwin going with you, then certainly that would ensure that you will honor your side and send Gruck back.
Absolutely.
And then we can conclude our dealings forever.
Now, that being said, Gruck may be suffering slight insanity.
Aside, while this is happening, by the way, GM.
Go ahead.
Sorry, Matt, to interrupt you.
No worries.
I'm keeping linked with Varys just to see how he's reacting to all of this. I know he might be veiling himself, but just to try and see if any reaction he has. Sorry, Matt.
A great deal of sorrow, guilt, resigned determination to do what must be done.
I feel like we should just bring Varys with us. Why leave him in hell? We can just, seems like a pretty good dude. These celestial heroes don't seem all bad. Honestly, I just hate Triclocious so far.
And Triclocious
It's a mouthful.
He's not even one of them.
Yeah, he's not even one of them.
Exactly.
He's just some bureaucrat.
Yep. He's a silver-tongued jerka.
He's a tiefling.
I already said that. I said bureaucrat.
I said what I meant, and I meant what I said.
Now, I understand that the blasphemy inflicted upon Gruck may have left him worse to wear, but the care of his friends and comrades, the celestial heroes, can overcome all such ills.
I know we have mere moments before the Flesh of Kur arrives. But John's going to kind of not yell, but make it known he's speaking kind of towards Rankir. Mr. Terrandorn, did you want to discuss anything about these? And John kind of just displays one of the little tablets that he has for his angelic runes before I make my way out of here, or are you good? He was the one who was interested, right?
Yes. Well, on the one hand, time is, of course, of the essence. Gruck is immortal, and in every possible circumstance, every possible translation of mortal, as in mortal sin and mortal peril, he is in both. But, well, I have your name now. We can correspond, right?
We can correspond.
I'd simply be interested to see if the cosmology that you call upon is in any way different than us. And also, you don't seem to have boiled alive from the inside, yet you channel this angelic magic. An odd sort of folk, you lot.
You have no idea. Well, you probably have some idea, but yeah.
I have lots of ideas, and I suppose I won't have time to discuss them with you.
At least not at length for now. But pen pals, we'll put that on the docket.
Yes. I have your name. You have my name. We have, of course, the appropriate arcane means of mutual contact.
Absolutely. Hey, Galanium, no hard feelings. Thanks for all the consideration.
His hand clenches at his side as he just barely avoids making a very, very uncelestial gesture.
And
go ahead.
John's just making a little aside. If in the future any tiny people come out of this Satanas, and John's going to go ahead and take it out at that point, maybe hear them out, for threatening to drag them off to wherever it was you were going to interrogate us. Not everything that comes from hell is a devil, or a demon, or a fiend, and not everything is as it seems, obviously. So, open mind, Galanium.
Roll a persuasion check, please. And the party took a short rest last time, so you should be all popped off on such things.
Yeah, I was gonna say this before even rolling that bad check, but he's mostly being somewhat facetious. He's not trying to lay off the sarcasm, but he's definitely not trying to be exceedingly diplomatic.
Rankir Terrandorn is just, be that as it may, in terms of probability, the likelihood that something entering a prime world from an infernal realm would not be one of those aforementioned categories is minuscule, and the potential threat on the outside.
I'm going to whisper while he's on this diatribe. Nerd. Which, coming from me, is a lot.
This is kettle.
Hey, this is Rankir Terrandorn. He's not a nerd. He's the nerd.
He's the nerd.
Is there? Go ahead.
He has credentials.
While does John share any of that information that was gained on that religion check, by the way?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
As privately as possible. He's not just gonna.
Right. Coupled with that information, because I obviously failed my religion check, so if this is off the cuff, let me know. Combined with the information I've kind of gained on the cosmology of souls within Ascus, how knowing the constraints of the machine and kind of the operation of entities within it, can I make I'm trying to map that sort of logic that was gained from my companion against the logic that I've learned against the tech. So basically the religious logic versus merged with the technological logic that I have from before.
Okay, roll a science check. Science. 27. Okay. There are several possible models. Most of them would involve anchoring yourself before the chains of Refacina sort of parse you to your intended destination. However, it would require, most likely it would require knowledge of Refacina, and the existence of that extra dimensional chain of life is not widely known. If you get access to their writings, you'd be able to infer more, because you have a little bit of analysis paralysis.
Right.
There's a lot of ways they could have done this. It could just be like a ring of mind shielding. When you die and you're wearing a ring of mind shielding, your soul goes into the ring. You're not undead. You're just in the ring. So like you've got all the different possibilities up in front of you, and you need something to narrow it down. But with a 27, you have all the possibilities in front of you.
Cool. Good to know. It's a start.
How would the party like to spend the next 5 minutes as you prepare?
I'm gonna finish the coffee. That was since when is a scientist gonna turn down a good cup of coffee, you know? How chatty are the celestial heroes being?
No. Okay. The only one who's at all chatty is Rankir Terrandorn. The other celestial hero has sworn a vow of silence, and the rest of them have fought you in desperate struggle or been charmed by you, which one of the heroes is going to be able to break that charm on your shield warrior, Drosi.
Oh no, I was gonna take him with me.
Oh
yes,
no.
Stop. Yes.
No.
He wants to go.
No, he doesn't.
He's our Garrett from this world. We always have a Garrett.
Free the man.
Yeah, so like the only two who are chatty are Triclocious and Terrandorn. The rest of them are all traumatized or highly suspicious.
Okay.
You know, the only way to fairly do this is to have Dolores stand and then have like Triclocious stand next to her, and then they get to choose who they want to go with. They both can call for the shield guardian. Come here, boy. See who they go with.
I'll sign an autograph for you.
Isn't it?
Remember those good times we had? There's this nice backlash
montage of like
this montage
few rounds of combat, and that's it.
Like 5 minutes ago.
Oh gosh, love it.
Yeah, no,
He's
I
your
think
boss, but I'm your mistress.
Ooh, I don't have a whip cracking sound. I need a whip cracking sound. Dang
Mommy,
it.
sorry. Mommy, sorry. Mommy, sorry.
I see Dolores' 10 minutes have unfortunately expired.
Oh, they haven't actually. It's just that these celestial heroes and all these characters have like buff breakers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So over the course of a short rest, they would one, you took a short rest, but I think it was a fast short rest, and two, they just break it, dispel magic or like.
Oh no, I meant the suppression. Suppression thing from Dolores' side.
Oh, it's not for it's not a timed suppression thing. It's encounter.
Okay.
So,
Whoa.
if you fail to seduce me, you can't again.
That
John's
does
gonna
line
pack up
with my experience
That's how it goes.
of life. Go ahead.
John will pack up the portable coffee making set that he received from chat. He'll bring out Inquisitor Senis, their corpse, and he'll lay them all. Well, he'll put the portable coffee making set away, and then he'll put the Satanis.
I would like to make a cursory glance, by the way, at the corpse. I have magic that allows me. The context for this, I have magic that allows me to prevent the soul from returning.
Oh no.
I'm not using it.
This one already got that treatment.
Is it the one that doesn't allow? Because the one that I have does not allow you to speak to it. Doesn't allow resuscitation. Like doesn't allow you to be revived, anything like that. Okay, so it is that same spell. Okay, cool.
Interesting.
Mangle soul. It doesn't destroy the soul, but it prevents it from.
Oh, okay. So no, it's a different one.
What's yours called?
Extinguish soul.
Oh, that just makes the soul go away. This was not that.
Yes. Yeah,
this was a piece of equipment that basically like damages it too much to interface, but doesn't destroy it. Doesn't snuff it out.
Got it. So I was just kind of saying which version of the of was it?
Yeah.
Nate, John's also gonna fly over real quick and grab these two fallen soldiers and bring them back, so that way they can take them with them when they.
Okay.
Actually, point of order. I would like to try and do one more thing.
Go ahead.
If there's any in my bag or anything like that, I would like to try and rig up a recording device, a translocator of some kind. Such that normally the gadget, not the gadgets, the drones that I have, they are technically homunculi, which means that they beam it into my head. If possible, I would like to attempt to make a machine that records locally, so that once I'm out of that range, it still records even if I don't get the information directly.
Okay. Roll a technology
Would that be
check.
possible to attempt? Okay, cool.
Natty!
Wow!
Not only do you successfully link all of them up with local storage and lots of local storage, but John notices as you're in the middle of doing all of this. John, you have a magical cell phone.
Yep. Yes.
And with that natural 20, Yasmin is able to create a live feed so that you can watch. Cross-planar, you can watch the feed from your homunculi.
Oh my goodness.
How's the reception on that though?
I mean,
is it going to be like HD? HD 4K?
Yeah, HD, not 4K.
Ah, man.
Oh no, I can't zoom in onto the pores. Oh.
Enhance.
I've run an algorithm. They're hacking all of our internets. They're bypassing the firewall.
Cool.
Anything else,
I
gang?
will command the homunculi to go because they've mostly stayed hidden except the one that got destroyed. I will direct them elsewhere. So that's all I'm doing for the 5 minutes.
All right.
I'm going to use a quick persuasion check to just see if our Knight of the Chime will come with us, just on my charm alone.
Roll with disadvantage because being charmed makes you like unfriendly and hostile.
You don't need to worry about it. Disadvantage will do nothing to you. You've got this. I believe. If it was meant to be, it's meant to be.
Disadvantage. All right.
Hey, there it is. The dirty 20.
Where is this person?
Knowing that he's a fan.
Celebrity has gone to Dolores' head on.
Hey, look, if Batman's superpower is wealth, then clout can also be a superpower.
That's right. Well, especially with the reasoning with I can fix them. Maybe if my presence will help turn them back to the celestial heroes.
Yeah, I'm still savable.
I can fix her. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, hold on.
She will make you worse.
This is a contested roll. Triclocious is going to remind said knight of his duty.
It's mad dogging him.
Oh, she gets advantage on it?
Oh. Is that a natural one? Is that what that is?
But
Is
he
that
had
a natural
advantage. So we
one?
take the 17. We take the 17,
okay.
which is below a 20. And he says, Great Inquisitor, the Grand Master of the Order of the Chime is in there, and I can't leave him.
We got a chance! Yes!
All right, hang on. I have to upgrade this person. They get a name now.
Yes. And move them back over here. They're on our side of the line.
When I'm doing encounter prep, when I have enough time, I actually will try to generate names for every single goblin or whatever, Baldur's Gate style.
Yeah.
I don't often have enough time. All right, he's going to
Welcome
accompany
the party,
you
my friend.
to protect your soul as you go into hell, because you are clearly a troubled individual, and he's met his heroes, and it didn't go the way that he thought. But there's still so much potential for good in you, and he has to protect Grux. So just one adventure, okay? One quick adventure, in and out, 20 minutes.
In and out, 20 minutes.
Never meet your heroes, kids.
Never meet your heroes. Okay. Is there anything else?
I think we're good. Oh gosh. This is great.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
John, how many spell slots is it going to take to turn everybody tiny?
I mean, is it only me doing it really? Because if so, it's going to be a lot.
I'm checking the spell lists on everybody else.
Let's see.
And this is pending delivery, of course, but we got to figure this out before we go in, just because this is a resource question.
5,
you know what I mean?
6, 7, 8. Yeah, no, I got it. I got it.
I do have. Does alter self do anything?
You have to become a
same
tiny
size?
creature.
Okay, so that doesn't help. Sorry.
Which technically I think in large reduce doesn't work either. And if that's the case, I say you can become a small creature and then squeeze through. So I think I'm going to allow that probably. Renkir Terrandorn did not prepare that spell.
I mean, so easy fix, just like we did last time. We just have, everybody, do the thing where they hop in the bag and squeeze in the bag of holding, and then I go tiny and then drag them all inside.
Right.
Now I'm not going to be able to do that with Asana because we realized that we can't put 2 bags of holding in the same, bag of holding slot. So I'll spend the extra spell slot to get the 2 of us through. But yeah. We'll just do our little hack.
Wait. Hold up.
Wait.
Oh no, because you be on a different plane of existence. Okay, yeah.
Can't
So
you
2
just
spells.
enlarge the circle?
No.
Okay.
That's an artifact.
Okay.
It will very much not allow that. It can't physically be destroyed except by following Lord of the Rings logic,
And even then, we don't want it destroyed.
Just a little bit bigger for a little bit longer.
A few moments later, an Inquisitor teleports in with a lead carrying case and a scroll tube. No, it's not a scroll tube. Your parents didn't do that. A filing cabinet that is clearly marked warning, blasphemy, do not open. Triclocious takes possession of the lead casket and then hands it off to you, John.
All right, John will pocket it. And by pocket it, I mean it doesn't go in a pocket, but a pocket dimension.
And Dolores, they wheel this small, it's a 2-drawer filing cabinet up to you. They have a hand trolley and everything.
Expecting this type of delivery.
There are 2
Aren't you guys a little more
keyholes.
efficient?
This was in deep storage.
I've got this. Don't you worry. We got this.
You know, put that in your bag of holding.
Nope. I got an even better idea. And John holds up his phone and kind of gives it a shake. Just give me a few minutes.
Do you want to scan everything?
I'm going to scan everything.
Isn't that going to take time?
This is
It
a
does take
hyperphone from the future. This is a magical hyperphone from the future. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this isn't just John with a fax machine, like
No, it's not. No, and I've got
that you just wave over the document. You know.
No, and I feel like it's going to be one of those things where John takes up the book and he begins like kind of like just speed like scanning it, and then it like does the thing where it projects it with his virtual reality system, and it's able to make the copy there. Like it takes a quick little thing, boom, like basically like almost like 3D prints it like in virtual space and collects it, you know, in that regard. That way, it's like. It can even be like, I mean, not tactile. Obviously, you can't feel virtual reality.
But
if you're interacting with
to
it,
gestures.
yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
I'm gonna, as John's doing this, I'm gonna lean over and it's like, if there's any sort of hidden information, like an ink that vanishes, would that be captured too?
Does John know if that is possible?
It depends on the wavelength. It depends on exactly how it's presented.
While John's doing this, he's gonna request that both Dolores and Yasmin and Asena, if she wants, can take a look through the documents and see if anything is more important than the rest. And if it seems like basic information, we'll scan that. If it seems like something like a notebook or a diary, we should probably just bring that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go.
Okay.
I'll
Roll
pick up.
investigate checks, please.
Cool.
Everybody who's looking through it.
oh man,
You're
important. All of it's important.
Oh no.
That's 121. Amazing.
The lafon luck is back.
Yes, Asena.
Okay. Asena, from your detective work in Northport, is able to sort of start triaging things. And you don't notice any secret ink or covert stuff like that. But Asena, you are able to sort of sort it out, and between your efforts, you're able to scan the entire contents and get the personal documents down to like a book bag instead of a filing cabinet.
Nice.
These ones look important.
Incredible.
You're gonna have to read them.
Oh yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to.
Asena, I knew I could count on you. John takes the bag and just kind of shoves it in one of their bags of holding.
Is that all right, Dolores?
Yes.
Oh, for now. I mean, obviously, we're gonna give it back to you. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Let's. John's like, do you? He's like trying to shove it in. Like, oh, did you want to carry this? I'm sorry, and he starts taking it out.
No. Please. I insist.
I'm sorry. I'm so used to just filing things away and dealing with it later.
Later and/or never.
I've got things in here. Look, I have a photo of expedition to Zoquia. I mean, it's all in here. I just don't use a lot of it.
That was from like 100 episodes ago.
I know.
All right. Triclocious is waiting. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, pulling it in by filing cabinet was a real dick move by the Inquisition.
You wanted it fast. Triclocious like rang them up and said, "I need all this shit in the next 5 minutes."
He was probably the one that requested.
Or you're
it in
going to the
filing cabinet
preserve.
form.
Oh God. I don't like this fellow.
He doesn't seem like a great boss. No wonder this guy wants to go to hell.
Well, day job, or hell.
We've all had those
guess
days.
I guess it
We've all had
depends on
those-
it depends on the mode of transportation to hell.
and the job.
That yeah.
All right.
Grease me
Renkir-
up, lad.
Renkir Tarandorn is pacing back and forth, worried about Gruck. Varys sort of puts an arm on his shoulder, and obviously he's transmitting some sort of emotions that leads to a confused embrace from Renkir, who doesn't totally understand what's going on.
Oh.
And then the party is gathered together. Do you find everything acceptable as promised?
John's able to tell that the tablet he got has the flesh of Kor in it, right?
Do you want to?
Like, this is not like. I mean, yeah.
Okay. I'd like.
I mean, I can't feel for it. I can't like
It's
get
lead.
Hmm. That's not actually safe to be walking around with in general, but yeah.
You don't know
no,
that yet.
When you place your hands on it, you get a very familiar, sickening feeling in your very bones.
Yeah, that's the lead, but I mean,
Lead blocks
I mean, yeah,
divination, radiation,
I'll take a peek. John's gonna kind of walk a little ways out, take a little look-see, make sure it's all there.
For a brief moment, you get a sudden sensation of being sick to your stomach. Long enough for John to confirm that it is what it is and then close it.
Yep. Oh, that was fun. Thank you very much. No, everything is as it should be, Triclocious. I appreciate your I appreciate you. Shall we be off, everyone?
Are we doing the bag of holding way or?
Yeah, y'all gonna have to get greased up and just kind of slide on in there. You'll only be there for a few moments. It won't be long.
Gross.
What stuff will they be sharing the space with?
Oh, there's a collection of things depending on what you're looking at here. I'm probably not going to have anyone share space with the.
There's not a whole lot of options. It's all one
with
big
the flesh
bag.
of Kor. Well, there's a couple bags. I've got a few different ones here, but yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna put. Look, you can go in the food bag or you can go in the gear bag. Which bag do you want to be in?
Gear for sure, 100%.
Okay, well there you go. Enjoy the gear bag.
Just give some list off. Don't give me a full inventory, but list off a few things that are in the gear bag, John.
You've got a silver ewer, an absolute just ton of blood within vials, a bundle of dynamite, military grade weaponry from various worlds,
Various levels of technology. Yeah.
ninja disguise that looks like from Party City,
I will be
an actual
more than
ninja
okay.
disguise.
I'll be more than okay on this trip.
Yeah.
If you want to go in the food grade bag, there's a ton of wooden spoons in there.
Magic wooden spoons?
I mean, friendship is magic, right? Also, like so much golden, like holy water, just way too much holy water. Oh, and cake-sized samples of mushrooms, giant mushrooms.
How very Lewis Carroll of you.
Okay.
Okay, before I get into the bag, I would like to go shake hands with Triclocious.
Oh God.
And then kind of do like a sorry and slug him as hard as I can.
Okay.
John's like he feels this coming. He's like, no, don't.
What do I need to roll for this?
Roll a deception check first.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh! Yes!
Roll
It's too late.
You're not
before
proficient.
he realizes.
You're not proficient in melee and unarmed strikes, so just roll a strength check. No, a dexterity check with advantage, please.
Oh wait, I might be though, because I think I'm a tavern brawler.
Oh,
I have
that
a tavern
changes
brawler
things
fee.
significantly.
Considerably.
Do you have that attack on your character sheet?
I have the feet on there. Where'd you go? But not a button to click.
All right, that's fine. Let's look at the feet.
My unarmed strike uses a D4 for damage. When you hit
Okay,
creature with
then
an
this
unarmed
is a
strike,
proficient attack. It's going to be 1d4 plus. It's going to be 1d20 plus 8 to hit.
Okay.
I'm just going to add Slug'em to your character sheet real quick.
Okay. What's that going to be under?
Oh my gosh. So it says that as part of the unarmed strike, you use a bonus action to grapple. You just slap him and then shake him. You son of a...
So I added an attack to the middle column
I
of your
see
character
it.
sheet. Turn on advantage
Perfect.
and roll to Slug'em.
Ooh, I get an advantage. All right.
Get him. All right. Hey. Ow. That was max damage. Oh.
Ah.
He takes 4 points of damage. Would you like to grapple him?
Sure. Sure.
Okay. Roll an
no.
athletics check, please.
Okay. Normal.
This will be flat.
Wait.
Yes.
What kind of grab do you have on him?
I'm just gonna grab him by his slimy bureaucratic lapels
Okay.
and give him like a shake and be like, oh God, now I can't think of anything witty to say. I'm just gonna say like, I'll be back. Or like, you haven't seen the last of me. There we go.
How unlucky for you. Do you let him go?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna, and then jump into that bag of holding.
Okay.
Get in the bag. Everyone just Mary Poppins their way into the bag.
Just what a try. Into the bag. Okay.
Oh
ready
gosh.
to jump into hell?
Yeah.
Okay, John, you're gonna have to rekindle the portal because again, it's not normally an active portal.
Yep. What do you want me to do?
What?
Can't someone here do that? We've got a master wizard.
Yeah, Renkier can go ahead and say, I'm going to do my best, since I'm the one who created this, to approximate this as close as possible to the original point so that you'll be near Gruck and can execute a swift rescue.
I'm going to tell him exactly what I did, which John just usually messes with matrices, combines spells, and just thinks on it really hard.
He takes some notes. He pulls out a small vial filled with sweat. And then he uses that as a focus to align the thing and then opens it. A blast of sulfur and brimstone air emerges from it as you all hop into hell.
Woohoo!
Triclocious gives you a little ta-ta. May we never meet again.
Yes. Let's never meet again.
Right. Immediately upon arrival.
John's crossing his toes inside of his shoes. You can't see it, but it's there.
Immediately
So what
upon...
kind of feet do you have?
Monkey toes. Hamster feet.
Is this part of the lore?
This is not part of the lore. The lore is ever changing. It's a mutable thing.
The lore is more of what we call guidelines and actual rules.
Nice.
All right, one moment, please. I am running Roll20 on 2 computers, and I think I'm making it angry with this particular map. While we do that,
Oh no.
The air here is dry and hot and relentless and terrible for your skin. The stinking rotten egg stench of sulfur mixes with the charred smoke of flames and the ever-present tang of blood upon the air.
Oh no.
You have entered the lower planes. You have entered hell. But before we do that, chat played the Box of Chaos.
What does that mean?
Oh, glorious.
The Box of Chaos allows any of you to make a sacrifice and receive a magic item in return. Who would like to open the Box of Chaos?
What kind of sacrifice is it?
That's up to you. The greater the sacrifice, the more the more powerful the item.
Oh, jeez.
Who's taking it?
I mean, if no one else is leaning for it, I'll take it.
I think we should let Lafon or Drosi go for it. Experience the Box of Chaos for yourselves.
What would you like to sacrifice?
What can I sacrifice? Like,
What do you want to sacrifice?
Want is a tough word. Like, is it? Ooh.
This ranges from the purely fiscal to the metaphorical. You have to make the offer, and there are no rules about the offer.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
In your case,
just to maybe
different table too. Go ahead.
Just to maybe help with your decision. Generally, and there's a lot of different, obviously, definitions, but probably an applicable one for us is give up something of importance or value for the sake of other considerations. So it does need to be something that you couldn't give up, like a flaw or something. It's got to be something good.
If you gave up a flaw, I'd just give you a cursed item.
No, I was okay. So here's my thought process. So you can see where I'm kind of going. Do I go all in?
Yes, always.
Then the sacrifice is story-wise never returning.
Oh.
Ascus
is closed forever, sacrificing that entire thought, that entire research angle.
Dang.
That's
sacrificing essentially a world.
That's what you want to do? You want to sacrifice Ascus for yourself?
That's what I'm thinking, right? Like that's how far is that sacrifice gonna go? I'm gonna modify that slightly.
Okay.
I'm not gonna sacrifice the research aspect. So I will still go try and save the world, but sacrificing the ability to return to it ever again.
Okay. Okay. Roll 1d100, please. Ooh, the Mask of Machine Command.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
I'm paging through Arcana of the Ancients, which is relics of unbelievably, unfathomably advanced and old technology rather than magic. Mask of Machine Command. Okay, we are going to have to work together on how you acquire this in story, all right?
Okay.
Because this is an implant.
Oh.
It permanently attaches to your face.
Oh.
It's like a cybernetic augment.
I'll talk to you about this then off air, because I have some ideas of how that could work with this character specifically.
You have advantage.
This character is half Warforged.
Right.
So
this is just a new face.
Yeah.
It gives information to you regarding machines. It projects information into your mind regarding machines, giving you advantage on tasks to find and salvage them, but also advantage when attacking or interacting with machines.
Wait, that's kind of nuts for this particular character.
You sacrificed a world. I rolled on the good table.
That's good stuff.
Well,
Also-
I didn't technically sacrifice the world. I just sacrificed my ability to ever interact with it.
Right, so I didn't give you your own planet. I gave you a Mask of Machine Command. It also lets you charm machines.
Okay.
I'll give you the full
Whoa.
breakdown later, but like you can assume direct control of machines.
That's
This
cool.
this is we're gonna have to work this into the lore because this is a legendary item.
Does my do my gadgets work on this plane?
In hell?
Yeah.
Yes.
Does my radio connect back to the old? It connects back to Ascus.
No. The only connection that works back to Ascus is your homunculi.
Cool. I'm going to use my as we kind of land in here and get out of the what's called. I'm going to cast mechanize, or I'm going to type on my watch a passcode using mechanized steed. Does that activate my find steed spell? Well, spell, but
Is it tracking down a specific machine that already exists, or is the
Yes.
machine able to teleport to you?
no. So it's just the find steed spell. So it technically just teleports it to me.
Then yes, it works.
Okay, cool. There is a. So how big is, because in the find steed just gives you a warhorse technically, or like something of that size. Is that, so would I be able to get a car, or to be like a motorcycle?
Okay, so once you take a step into the wider world, there are spells for that. Actually, there are literally spells for that. What level of spell is that? Effectively, find steed.
Find steed? I think it's pretty low.
Should be level 2. If it's like the paladin find steed.
Second level conjuration, yeah.
Okay. All right. Hang on. I got to pull up a different book real quick. I did not.
Get on motorcycle.
This is actually going to get real. Oh, this is going to get real interesting real fast. Because you didn't just appear in the middle of a desolate wasteland.
Okay.
You appeared very close to a quite visible landmark.
Oh. Well, I mean, you know. How
What
much
is the
doors and I
landmark?
recognize any landmarks in hell, you know?
Hold on. Conjure
No,
turret.
This is
I'm
important.
looking-
What is this landmark?
I'm looking at the Technomancers. Find ride. You summon a spirit that assumes the form of a sentient motorcycle.
Okay.
Okay,
Also for DM's information, the mechanized steed specifically, it's a construct. It is resistant to acid, cold, fire, thunder, and non-magical damage. And it is vulnerable to lightning.
Okay.
Damn, that's cool.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just went on a little bit of a tangent there. I need to switch gears real quick. A dark tower looms on the horizon. Its black spire rising hundreds of feet. Its ramparts bristling with charred skulls mounted on iron spikes. The tower's apex splits into 5 narrower spires that jab at the sky like clawed fingers. Circling above the tower's peak is a great white dragon, stained with ash and soot. As you get closer to the tower, you notice figures shuffling atop its ramparts, undead guards in various states of decay. And I'm going to take us there in I just need to make double, triple sure that I've got everything right. Okay, yeah, cool. Let's go.
Just killed a dragon.
I mean, that is the game that we're playing.
It's not
But
called
I
Dungeons
assume there's
and
more.
not dragons.
It's not called Dungeon and Dragon.
Hello.
Ooh.
Mate, John doesn't recognize this tower, does he?
Have you been to any towers in hell before?
No, not like seeing. I mean, like from reading. Like I've read about it.
No, not off the top of your head, but I would allow
Okay.
a history check.
Then I will make a history. 27. Wow.
I immediately regret this. Well, based
I
on
mean,
the
John is a very learned individual.
based on the iconography, you
Mhm.
would guess that this place is consecrated to Tiamat.
I kind of figured that was going to happen. Yeah.
What would the party like to do? And the portal closes behind you almost immediately.
All right. Well, John drops the concentration and opens up the bags to let everybody out.
You are now
So
in hell. The weight of sin presses, and the weariness of millennia of bloodshed weighs down upon your hearts. Go ahead, Asena.
is this hell? Or just hell?
What?
I don't know.
Do either Yasmin or I seem more affected being here than our compatriots?
Yeah, it's a lot less unpleasant for the two of you than it is for our two angelically powered heroes.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna try and just say the truth for 10 words straight. The ground below me is under my feet. I am using, I don't know. I have a backpack. I like technology. Fiddling with things is fun.
Roll save with disadvantage, please.
Okay.
Or make that check with disadvantage.
What check is it again?
I think it's a wisdom save. Should be on your character sheet.
Oh yeah. We didn't fill. I didn't fill it out. That's right. It's okay. We'll say wisdom save just to disadvantage. You said?
Yes, please.
Aye. I don't really care what the save is, so
that might pass. The DC was
it's 10.
Then yeah,
sure.
It's either I think it was 12 or 14, but you pass.
Okay.
We'll just say you pass for the time being.
Okay. I mean, whether I pass or not is kind of not. I just wanted to see if it was still effective. I'm gonna look over Daylor's. Yeah, it's still. We're still affected.
Come again? What's going on?
Nothing.
Obviously not.
Do I ask you if you have an ingrown toenail? I don't. That's a pretty rude thing to ask someone.
Yes, but you didn't just stub your toe. Yasmin.
I mean, cosmologically, I kind of did.
What are we even talking about right now?
My lady,
We're
this is
in
clearly
hell.
a place of great peril.
Yeah.
Surely that is where Gruck can be found. We must declare ourselves at the door. To do so, otherwise would be dishonorable.
Is this Varys talking?
No. That's the Knight of the Shield.
Okay, I was gonna say I didn't know
the
who
Knight
was.
of the
Who was...
Time. Walk up,
Wait,
pound the door, and
what is
give him the
this?
old "Stand forth and do battle." That's a motorcycle.
I don't think they're honorable folks here. I don't think that's gonna work, my
Honor
guy.
is something you bring with you, not something you expect of others. John, you've seen that motorcycle before.
Yeah.
Or John, sorry.
John has.
Yeah.
You've
Where
seen
has
that
John
vehicle.
seen?
That's an infernal war machine powered by souls.
Oh, goody. And it's just parked outside.
It's just parked outside.
Is it parked in such a way where it looks like someone like is it been recently driven, or is it
Yes.
like been here for a while? Okay,
There's like tracks, you know.
Mm-hmm. This dragon, is it overseeing what's happening here? Is it kind of just looking down gargoyle like?
It's circling, it's flying around, watching
circling
you.
and flying around. Okay.
Do we see any indication or trace of Gruck?
Roll a survival check to search for tracks, or a investigate check to look for clues.
Let's go with investigation.
Nothing yet. Okay. The dragon lets out a roar. It doesn't attack or charge. It just lets out a roar.
Hey, mate.
Mm-hmm.
John's gonna call Korgamons.
Hold on. He's literally on this map. Just on the DM layer.
I figured.
There is a burst of there's a burst of lightning, all of you. And standing off to the side is a figure of a draconic nature. Clutching a staff. It has long frills that run down, and the stench of brimstone is about them. Varys immediately bristles.
John's gonna hold a hand in front of Varys.
Mm-hmm.
Fear not, he's a friend of sorts. A contact I have here in the Hells. Give me a moment to ascertain where we are, and I can get us information on where to find our friend, Mr. Axeman.
Oz communicates telepathically with all of you.
Welcome, John. So good of you to visit us so soon again. And to all of John's guests, any guest of John's is a guest of mine. What brings you to our humble circle?
Hi, Gorgamons. Long time no see. We're looking for someone. What was it? It was a quick short rest, like 10 minutes, right? 20 minutes or so ago, I sent someone here. A battle-enraged, confused, and utterly dangerous scion of the heavens. You haven't happened to have seen them, have you?
Your queen has already accepted your offering, though her champion seems to find him lacking. Shall I send for him?
Yes, please. Please do.
Of course. And for the rest of you, if there is anything you require, you need only let me know. As I said, any friend of the dragon goddess is a friend of mine.
They don't need anything from you, Gorgamons, but actually, can we, while we wait, investigate that machine over there?
Oh, I don't suppose you'd want to. It might make the owner angry.
Who would that be?
At that, the great doors of the tower swing open. 4 ghouls lope forward, their faces half torn asunder, their jaws and tongues lolling, dry and dusty in the hellish wind. They don't attack, but they take up sort of flanking positions.
Okay.
And then you hear thunk, 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 as a turtle emerges from the tower.
Okay. It's a cool looking turtle.
I'm just seeing if he has... No, he doesn't have a... He is wielding an enormous maul. The heads are each shaped like skulls. A green fog leaks poisonously out from them.
Oh.
Upon his shell, his spiked dark shell, is carved runes of praise to Tiamat, the 5-headed dragon goddess, in the draconic and infernal tongues. Who dares intrude upon...
Not intruder.
The Tower of Archon, the crew.
John immediately recognizes what's going on here and kind of like starts to cut in and then realizes he keeps talking and is like, okay, I'll wait. And when he finishes, not intrusions, guess. As Gorgamons had said, any friend of mine is guest is a guest of Tiamat, and I'm just here to take care of a little issue that had occurred, not but about 20 minutes ago, and we'll be out of your hair.
A poorly chosen aphorism mammal.
No need to.
Will have the names of your retinue, have you all come to praise the queen of all dragonkind? Or are you also offerings to Archon?
No offerings at this time, and no need
Do they
to
not
bother your
speak
master.
for themselves?
Obviously they do, but as you're aware, it's very difficult when you don't exactly know what you're getting into down here. So until they feel the need to do so, I'm just acting as an interpreter, and there's no need for you to bother your master. Archon can stay up in their tower, being the champion of champions, and we'll just wait out here until Gorgamaz brings me what I've requested.
The offering
Is delivered monthly, yes. And not of your concern.
have outdone yourself, but Archon is not pleased with this half-orc you have given him.
Misplaced, I think is the word you're looking for. There was no bargain, Devil, that was set upon in order to ensure that this transaction was completed. Your champion merely found something. It's not offered nor bargained for.
We will see if he sees things the same way. And he turns around and heads inside the tower, leaving all of you alone for a moment.
Oh, he talked so slow.
I know. It's really, really difficult to gauge the cadence of the conversation.
I thought you used big words.
Yeah. No, I was waiting for Loquacious to make its appearance, but thankfully we didn't get that far in the conversation. So Zaina, you're pretty well informed about this, but I'm not sure, Dolores, Yasmin, how much exposure you have to the Hells. But just be very careful who you talk to down here. It's not in the same vein as when you're dealing with creatures of the Feywild, but bargains, deals, promises. Just be careful how you word things when you're here. And just, don't touch anything unless you can help.
How easy is it to sign your soul away?
Yes.
Okay.
Have you ever seen Princess and the Frog? It's not that, but I like bringing up that movie. It's a good one.
There are now 5 dragons. There are holes in the sides of the tower at different levels. And from each one, another dragon has taken flight. There are now 5 dragons circling overhead, pretty far overhead, like 100, 200 feet.
Do you know these dragons?
Personally? No.
Oh.
I know of these dragons, but no, I don't know these individuals.
Dargan, do you know these dragons?
I would like to know what they taste like.
Oh, okay. They're a little big, but...
I have only met people I have known while I've known you.
That's so cute.
Dargan leaves his thoughts about eating you to himself.
while this conversation is happening, I'm going to reach in my backpack and find some like dried jerky or something and just toss it to Dargan.
What do you say?
Here you go.
We will not be you.
You say thank you, Dargan.
Oh, you're talking. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mommy, yes, mommy, sorry.
I wasn't expecting thanks. It's okay. I know how irritating it is to think on an empty stomach, so.
Oh, it's not about you, Yasmin. It's about,
I mean, if you're hungry, you can't. Clearly, Dargan likes eating things. If you're hungry, you can't, like, not eat them. I understand.
Correct.
You're not a parent, are you, Yasmin?
No.
Finally, an intelligent traveling companion.
I like this one. He says what he means.
Mate, did you come up with a name for Garrett?
No, I keep getting distracted by running the game. I'm gonna have a name for. Oh, hold on. Atticus, congratulations, you're Atticus.
Beautiful.
Nice.
John's just gonna be very, very clear with Atticus and Varys, not talking down to either of them, but just making sure that they understand that there's going to be some things that are happening. We're going to have some language that they may not appreciate, and just this is not the place to start big epic campaigns of trying to right wrongs. There's things you might see, you might not appreciate. We just need to get Gruck and get out of here. So, you know, we don't need to be a hero. We just need to keep our heads down, do what we got to do, and move along. That's all.
Is everyone from your world a coward, or just you?
Well, people from my world are still alive at the end of the day. I can't say the same for half of those who came along with you. So
Every
Atticus,
single
let's
one
just
of
try
them
to,
died fighting the forces of evil, which is all any of us can hope for.
and we're all still alive fighting the forces of evil in our own way.
What flavor of juice do you like? Well, Kool-Aid, I was going to say, but that doesn't exist. Doesn't necessarily exist in Ascus.
Clearly an ignorant question. Juice is high in sugar. I only drink water. And occasionally wheatgrass shots.
I think I hate you.
And
Hate
sometimes
is a
a
sin,
pamplemousse
heretic.
LaCroix is a little treat.
Hate is a sin,
Correction.
heretic, and therefore I fight to keep it from my heart, even in a place as desolate as this.
I'm sort of itching back towards respecting you for that last sentence.
Look, Atticus, my man. Being with us has been the only thing that has kept you from being, frankly, murdered by us. So, I would just, when in Rome,
What's Rome?
it's
Equivalent metaphor.
equivalent metaphor.
When in Rome, denounce the evil of the Ronins and die with honor.
Exactly. So, I mean,
Wait, no.
What door then?
I renounce any affiliation with Atticus. If that's even your real name.
But here's what none of you are considered. First off, that is obviously my real name. Second, none of you are really considering what matters right now. We have the numbers advantage. There's only 5 of them.
No. One of those guys.
Up the dragons.
Yeah, what
One
happens
of
to
you
those
guys
that were in
can
front of
eat
us?
you.
They went back inside.
Okay.
The twirl.
Yeah, no, we are like a snack, a mere hors d'oeuvre to these guys.
My lady, you said it, not me.
I mean, I am a snack, but in this case, if we want to find Gruck, we need to stay alive, which means kind of playing it by ear, not getting too feisty. John seems to know this place, so let's kind of go with his advice.
You would have me take the lead from one familiar with the very depths and bowels of perdition?
It's either that or getting eaten and live the rest of your no longer life, but whatever it is, in the deep bowels of perdition. So
when I die gloriously,
yes.
my soul shall rise from this wicked place to take its rightful position.
Not if you die in hell. You kind of just stay in hell.
Is that how that works?
I think.
No, actually,
Atticus.
yes, absolutely. That is how it works.
If you
If
die
you
in the
die
game,
in hell,
you die in real life.
you die in real life.
John's gonna weave with Dolores a tale of how we entered here. If your soul dies here, it remains here to be eternally tortured. You do not want to die here. You want to do your business and leave, which is why heroes don't make sojourns down to hell, or else your people would have come down here through the sanctum ages ago and attempted to, combat the forces of hell. It's better to leave them down here to their own perdition.
I'm gonna point at the undead guys on the wall and be like, if you don't survive, that's what you're gonna be. You're gonna be the thing that you hate the most. So just let's play cool.
Heretics though thou mayst be, all are worthy of a chance at redemption. This cannot come to pass.
Atticus, are you too scared to play it cool? You can't just man up and just listen for a second?
Roll an intimidation check, please. Gaslight.
Damn, this poor guy.
14.
Deserved.
3 figures appear at the very top of this 9-story tower. One of them is an absolutely enormous, ripped minotaur wielding a huge golden falchion. Another is Gruck the Axe.
Oh, our guy.
Hey, buddy.
And the last one,
yep, there it is
a dragonborn, clad in dark armor, wielding a axe of bone in one hand. His other hand is not of his own flesh. It is rotten and undead. He looks down at all of you and... John Carmichael, Tiamat's 3rd favorite champion.
Ooh.
Archon the Cruel, Tiamat's 4th. No, I'm kidding. No, John shows the utmost respect. Archon the Cruel, champion of Tiamat, holder of the Hand of Vecna. Literally.
What brings you to darken my doorstep?
Well, I misplaced something or someone. You found them, and I appreciate you giving them refuge within your tower temporarily until we were able to come retrieve them. Your very ponderous and slow to speak vassal has informed me that this was a gift gifted from me to you, or rather to Tiamat, that you took ownership of. Is that right?
Gift or not, John, the Dragon Queen parts with not a single copper of her treasure. Once it
of
rests
which I
within her
deliver.
hoard.
True. And I deliver it to her hoard once a month on time to Gorgamaz as instructed. I know the details of my bargain very well.
Then what business have you here? This half-orc is sent and now rests within Tiamat's power. Body and soul, he is hers and mine. I don't see what you and your little retinue has further business to discuss unless you're here to assist me in the cause that I'm sure you've been making progress on since last we spoke, yes?
Absolutely. Are you kidding me? Every waking moment I spend finding ways to secure our queen's release. That being said, this individual is indeed part of such a plan. It's in its fledgling state, and as of right now, if they continue to remain in your service, how are they going to be able to move about as an agent of Tiamat in a world currently untouched by her followers?
Roll deception or persuasion, please, John.
I'll do just that.
And could I get perception checks from the rest of the party?
Oh boy. Why do I keep getting 12s? What is up with this?
12.
All right, so I'm gonna roll this one at a
Deception
time.
or persuasion.
Oh, I'm doing it. So I'm gonna roll this first. Yeah, that's bad. I'm gonna spend a lucky die to do that again. Okay. Not fantastic, not gonna lie. Don't exactly love that. I'm okay with just making it not a natural one. John, as the words are coming out of his mouth, John himself is having a hard time like coming to grips with what he's saying. He kind of feels it doesn't rise very often, but that righteous fury that was instilled in him when Oriel gave him the angel's wrath as part of his pact with heaven. Obviously, John is a cunning and erstwhile endeavor of grand things, but even this is a bit bold of him to say. But he's gonna stick to it. But he obviously not grand. He's not really trying to like lay it on thick.
Okay. A weapon like this can do more here on the battlefields of Avernus than in any paltry prime world. Unless you have something else to give me or someone. It's break time, folks. So I'll see you on the other side. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Since I'm falling with the horse,
Mhm.
and the horse is a horse
Of course,
of riding capacity,
Mhm.
can I use my reaction to jump, since I'm mid-falling, jump off the horse onto the carpet, but using physics, since I'm jumping and using force to jump off the horse, it would now accelerate the horse towards the mirror and maybe cause a crack or shatter?
Roll an
Horse
acrobatics
bomb.
check to make the jump.
Oh fuck. I'm in danger.
Can I make a dexterity check to catch her, please?
Use your reaction and
Please.
make a dexterity saving throw.
Dexterity saving throw. Sorry, mate. It's fate.
You know, I'm
rule will be
saying
no
if,
next time.
if at first you don't succeed, you can keep trying until you succeed, I think, is the saying
I'm a
there.
trash cannot, Mason.
No.
I'm a trash cannot.
Got it. Remember the conversation that we had earlier? I think some concepts can apply here about how, you know, when you're in your own emotions, you feel like you want to do the thing right now, and sometimes you don't want to do the thing at all, and that's right now. But then you have friends or people that
I'm gonna die
you know
alone.
know, Garnet, you're gonna be okay. Let's just. Can you take some deep breaths? We can do it together. We can do it together.
Who am I gonna take to the blue gala or whatever fucking color it is?
You won't tell anyone about the whole infernal shit, and we won't tell everyone you do drugs? Like, we all have an understanding that we're all keeping secrets, right?
Am I keeping secrets?
You are now.
Oh.
Snitches get stitches, or whatever.
So
Snitches
then
get
why
more
would
days slipped into
you
their food.
snitch then?
Yeah, no snitching.
No sharing.
I wasn't thinking about snitching.
Mason's never been extorted before.
Okay, just checking. Just checking. Sounds fun though. I've never done Mordain, but after Ariana died, I haven't been interested. So, but I trust you.
I didn't die.
Oh, you kind of crossed over a little bit, but it's fine. Got you back, buddy. Pass her on the back.
You have no idea what's going through her head right now. If you were perhaps a little bit more perceptive, you would see the face of somebody who never wanted to be a mother, who never planned to be a mother, who's dedicated her life to gathering power so that she's never in a position where she's vulnerable again and where she won't be used for anyone else's purposes ever again, and yet finds herself having to talk to this teenager about drugs. Like, never anticipated this and is now trying to figure out the best way to go about it. Okay.
When a mummy drug and a daddy drug love each other very much,
Okay.
they do a special cuddle.
Shut up, Link Day.
It is easy to see it more accurately from outside of the situation than inside of the situation. I
Right.
suppose that's why you have the friends that you have around you.
Kind of like claps her hands together. One of my favorite sayings is trash can, not trash cannot. So just do it.
Didn't realize your level up gave you an extra level in philosopher.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I honestly have very little confidence in saying I understand what you mean by that.
Okay. Just do it.
Understandable. Have a nice.
Well, we're magic users. We don't need a fucking sword to go through planes. We just wish our way there. We're spellcasters.
Yeah, I'm not thinking of the magical I'm thinking of the stabby properties.
I don't have any stabby things, but
Yeah.
you could just blast them.
And my last stabby thing, I put in Mantra's mouth.
That, you know?
Good night, everybody.
How many?
Oh, the instant regret sentence.
The emotional roller coaster of this episode is breaking my brain.
So as we just burst through the door like, while you're meditating.
Honey, I'm home. Knock, 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 knock.
It's goofy time.
Blood banging the door. Mason like about to wrap up, just like opens his eyes, like side eyes the door, sighs. Gets up, answers the door. Oh,
So what did
hello?
you mean by you told me to be just immediately starts. You told me to be helpless, right? That didn't really work. But then you said you like Francisco because she's so independent and confident, knows what she wants. I'm like that. Why don't I have a Mason? Not you, but like a Mason.
A boyfriend is what she means.
Yeah. Someone like a guy who likes that.
Good morning. Do you want to come inside?
Sure.
Okay.
Lemon Kiwi, I noticed something freaking ridiculous about Una.
What?
Under the familiar section, it talks about how, while the two of you are bonded, you can sense what it senses as long as you're within a mile of each other, right?
Right.
When Una's within 10 feet of you, you gain the benefits of magic resistance. You have advantage on all saving throws against spells and magical effects whenever Una's within 10 feet of you.
Oh, that's broken.
1 year later. Reading comprehension 20 inch, by the way. Holds him like a special
This is my special magical resistance pet.
The power of bird compel. Freestyle.
Okay, everyone, just believe in yourself, okay? You need to be able to just stretch your bony little arms out and let go of Bolshaya. Richard Simmons, by the way, in case no one realizes what I'm doing. And I'm going to hit some persuasion.
Pop, this boggle explodes into sludge.
What did the ugly sticky babies do?
Ugly sticky
Who
baby
started this?
attack Paramir, attack us. I destroy ugly baby.
Who started it? Paramir or the ugly sticky babies?
Hard to tell. I'll pop out of bush.
To
To
be
be
certain.
certain.
Popping out of a bush.
They live in bush.
Wait,
They pop
do
out
you
of bush.
Kill everything that pops out of a bush?
If it stinks as bad as this ugly baby, yeah.
Oh, well, I've known a lot of stinky people who are actually very nice. You can't judge a baby by his stink.
Lash looks at you, kind of confused, but also kind of in awe. If Ezek can look past stench of ugly baby, Lash can look past stench of ugly baby.
Eldritch Blast to the face at the werewolf. I refuse to flinch.
And a nat 20. Critical hit.
I'm just going to reach out, grab him in the face, and just...
Another 21 points of force damage. Oof. Do you want to tell them or should I?
It's not looking good, chat.
Oh no.
Toddleheim.
Oh no.
Drops to 0.
Avernus, the first circle of hell, prison of the dragon goddess Tiamat. The exact place that the Cincture Satanis took Gruck the Axe when ignited by John's power. Perhaps the warlock pact that he's made with the dragon goddess is what forged this connection. Regardless, Gruck the Axe, amnesiac and infused with heresy, now stands beside Archon the Cruel, who demands, now that he has Gruck, he has no reason to give him up. What the dragon claims, the dragon keeps. Unless you have something better to offer.
Better is as a tangle, as a web of possibilities. Archon, what is it that you're after? Obviously, with your immeasurable will and influence, it's not like you need this warrior for anything in particular.
You're right, I don't. But only because this one is tainted.
Tainted or exalted?
Tainted.
Or both. Okay.
He holds up the hand of Vecna, the withered limb of the Arc Glitch that has replaced his own hand. It rots. Ever spreading. It rots. The secret's the key to breaking the chains of my queen, but the toll that it takes upon my flesh, I fear the time it costs me. I may not fulfill my purpose before it overwhelms my flesh entirely. And there is only one thing that staves off the rot. Death. Death of the noble. Death of the righteous. Death of the good. And so, John, I thought that you had gift-wrapped this one for me, and yet I find it tainted. As such, a powerful weapon. Shapeless, ready to be directed at the enemies of the Dragon Queen. but not
Correct.
suitable for holding at bay this miserable hand.
Also correct. That was not the intention. Again, this was not presented on a silver platter, Archon. This is something that you found in your domain, and I have come to request its return. And I would be very happy to give you something of equal recompense to ensure that we champions of Tiamat part on good terms. So I ask you this: you wish to slay a noble and good creature in order to abate the disease which haunts you now? That is something that you'd be willing to change?
Yes. A noble life for this once noble warrior.
Real quick, I'm gonna kind of like jab Atticus in the side and be like, hey, hey, buddy, everything we just told you, disregard it.
It is time to die in glorious battle with a devil.
Roll a deception check, please, Dolores.
Can I roll an insight check to see if it was the spell that I cast that is what's affecting?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why I said insight, because that's a terrible roll for me. Whatever.
9.
Yeah.
Insight isn't cutting it in this case. Do you mean to storm the castle?
You know what? I'm not going to tell you what to do. Let your heart guide you, my friend.
While Dolores is saying this, John is going to send a message to Archon. I do have an offering in tow. There is a mortal from the world aligned with this one. They were brought as a bargaining chip, and their purpose shall be served. They wish to meet a devil, an agent of Tiamat in single combat. You wish to have an offering of a good aligned creature. You see where I'm going with this?
Oh. You offer me dinner and a show.
Quite right. In exchange for Gruck the Axe to be returned to my service, to further the goals of our queen.
Certainly, John. I find that adequate.
Hey, you know what would be really nice is if you would just do a really cool like superhero jump, like right in front of us, and then you know, cowed this mortal to fight you.
You see him, he takes a moment, he's speaking with his Minotaur bodyguard. He steps away from the edge. And the doors swing open again as Kroll and his ghoul entourage lurk in the doorway. They're not coming out, but they're lurking in the doorway.
Uh-huh.
After all, if Archon the Cruel is about to do a really cool superhero landing in front of a bunch of high-level adventurers, he wants some fucking insurance.
While it would be very cool to turn this around, since we've got Mr. Worldwide right over here, I don't think that would work out for us. So, but no, I get it.
If you want to try it, everything that happens right now is canon in our Baldur's Gate Descent into Avernus campaign.
I mean, God, that would be cool. How cool would that be? I think if we could get Gruck to join us, we might have a chance. I don't know how good it would look though if one of the champions of Tiamat fought with one of the other champions of Tiamat here in Avernus. That just doesn't sound like a incredibly good idea.
Archon the Cruel leaps from his 9-story tall tower with the axe Fane Eater in one hand, and he punches the ground for the superhero landing with the fucking hand of Vecna.
Does it retain its everything when he does that?
Yeah, it's an artifact.
Oh crap, it's a lion! Quick! Get him out of here!
Atticus, he points his axe forward and says, "Are you willing to die for this one?" Atticus has both shields out and cannot go fast enough to outrun Varys, who steps between him.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh no! No!
You had a
talk
name
to
when
you
we
first.
met
We need to
you.
talk to you first.
You had a name.
He has a death wish.
Varys
no.
transmits a strong sense of loyalty, duty, and compassion for this warrior.
Ugh.
An
He
unyielding
won't let us
sense of it.
sacrifice him.
I care not which one of you dies. Though I suspect your screams will be less entertaining, monk.
Is he talking to me?
No. Unless you're stepping up. Unless you're volunteering to one-on-one
No.
him. Varys is putting himself out in front of Atticus, refusing to let Atticus die here.
John's gonna step forward and kind of do the whole, "Hey man, this is not what we talked about. We didn't talk about anything, but this is not part of the plan." Hey, Varys, buddy, I get it. This is not an ideal situation. But Atticus did say he wanted to come and get Brooke back.
You have a strong sense of disagreement and an opportunity. A sense of being in the right place at the right time.
God damn it, Varys. No, this is not the right place at the right time. Do you see all these fucking dragons?
Yeah, he sees him.
What is he saying?
Does the trade? I'm gonna whisper to John's ear. Does the trade have to happen right now?
Well, let me ask you this. If I wanted to take something extremely important from you and decided to give you something later, would you say yes? You wouldn't even tell me why you were trying to lie to yourself.
Oh, that it's the thing that's the only reason why I did it. Is 'cause
It's not
funny.
important. It's an example. I don't really care.
I would have told you if it was important. No, the reason I ask is we need to find what Varys is. We need that information.
Yeah, I know.
But Varys also is not going to trade himself. Is not going to trade Atticus for himself.
We don't know that.
I'm gonna look at Varys. What? Is there any sense of like, oh yeah, I'm gonna step back and like allow Atticus to kind of run there?
Abso-fucking-lutely not.
Not that. No. No, I think Varys could be persuaded to, to do the do. You know what I mean?
But what I'm saying is, can we get the information from Varys and then make the trade later?
Can we get the info and then he dies?
We need to go. But here's the thing. It's not like Varys just wants to go hide in a corner. We need to find a pocket within Avernus that no one else is around, to the point where he wants all of us to leave and Asana to be the last person there.
We'll just both die.
You get Varys. How private is the conversation the two of you are having?
I mean, we're whispering beside him technically, so private-ish, but not
Varys
really.
Is you know that deep concern and worry for everyone around him?
Yeah.
That doesn't extend to he feels a lot better about this place being in danger than he feels about Oscus being in danger.
Is Varys Gale from Baldur's Gate fame?
No. He's from Oscus.
But she still can't talk.
Also, I don't know that we want to owe this guy anything. I don't think this is somebody that you want to like promise something to later.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, I'm not negotiating anything. This is on John. I'm just saying. Hey, you got into it earlier. I'm just saying maybe there's a payment plan you can make that doesn't require us to have this happen right now.
Look, you guys, don't embarrass me in front of the second favorite champion of Tiamat. I asked him to jump off the tower.
Second
Be
favorite?
obliged.
Like much louder. I'm saying that was a very cool landing.
John turns to Archon. Excuse me. I apologize for this. We're having some logistical difficulties in our trade. If you could just give us a moment. And John like kind of huddles everyone really close and throws up the static like silent or not the minor field of like staticiness.
Mm-hmm.
Varys, we look. I know what you're going through right now in terms of not wanting this to happen. Trust me, I understand.
You get the deep sensation of not being understood.
Gruck is not gonna just leave. He's not in his right mind right now, and Archon is not gonna just let him go. And we, no matter what kind of crazy shit you think you can pull out of your ass, this is not a good scenario. We had a little nap earlier, but we're pretty thoroughly expended of our big good shit. This is not going to work out how you expect it to work out.
You get the impression that it's going to work out exactly as he expects it to work out.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Varys, give us this good juju. What do you want us to do? Take us on a vision quest. Guide us with your wisdom. How should this go down?
He looks over at Asena. Then he looks over at all of you. And everyone except Asena gets an sort of that urgent, fly you fools, Gandalf energy from him.
I'm feeling a little judged right now.
Just to be clarifying here, all of us are feeling the sensation that he wants Asena and him to stay, and we're taking Atticus and the rest of us and just cheesing it.
Yes.
I mean, that's fine with me.
Is that only us, or is that like the party that met us here too?
Oh, that's only you. Everyone who came here from Oscus, including Gruck.
John is, because of the little fields that he has up, he is going to very carefully begin the casting of a spell. It takes 1 minute to cast, and it has verbal and material components, not somatic. John's going to start casting Teleportation Circle.
Mm-hmm.
Hoping that with the non-concentration feeling of John's static fields, it will help kind of, hide the whispering, the verbal components John is trying to cast while his back is turned, with the only thing looking down at him are dragons. Everyone else, his back is to. And he's going to start casting the spell.
And this is kind of silly. It has no somatic components, and yet you have to draw it physically on the ground.
That's a good point.
I think that's silly. I don't think this is your fault. I think it's a silly thing.
John is going to before doing this cast.
I'm gonna try and do something here. Seeing as John steps. I would like to use Quantum Kineticizer. Now, technically, this gives me Pass Without a Trace or Misty Step. If you'll allow me to essentially draw it so that rather than casting Pass Without a Trace, it just causes like I would like to like make it look like it's malfunctioning, and it just causes mist to spread out rather than it being the spell casting. I'm okay with destroying this gadget in exchange for that.
Then if you destroy the gadget, it's roll a technology check. If you succeed, you get this. If you fail, you get this and you destroy the gadget. Matt, what spell you were going to cast, and then Drosi, what were you about to say?
Does it technically have to be drawn? Or if we throw our spoons down in an approximate circle, would that work?
It has to be rare chalks and inks infused with precious gems.
I was going to cast Mage Hand and have the Mage Hand very, very subtly, work through this while I'm again being, because John is used to being able to be subtle. He's used to being a little bit silly how he does things, and so he's kind of having this semi-transparent hand taking his rare chalks and very, it's not like up like this, it's very flat on the ground, like just trying to as gently as possible start tracing this stuff into the ground.
Outside the field, Kroll, the turtle cleric of Tiamat, is marching his undead army to surround you, to form like the everybody watching the duel. The whole army watching the duel, you know what I mean?
Is his army 4 ghouls, by the way? Is that his army?
No.
Okay, just wondering.
His army's 80 skeletons.
Oh. That's
Well,
a lot.
That's cool.
Yeah, the doors of the castle, they just keep coming out. They just keep emerging.
That's a lot of.
Oh my god.
Could I get
Asena? Oh, go ahead.
Insight checks, please.
Oh boy.
How do I have a
14,
plus
13,
9 and a plus 1 and they get the same roll?
Incredible. Okay. Archon seems calm, confident. A smirk across his draconic demeanor as you continue to delay.
John is simultaneously. Oh, go ahead.
Succeed or fail, by the way.
On the technology check,
yes,
that succeeds.
Okay.
Did the 16 succeed or fail, by the way?
Yeah, this succeeded.
Okay.
Effectively,
Oh
Archon sees you dilly-dallying, sees you stalling, and wants to. This is a show of force. This isn't I'm going to kill you. This is a that's
hurry it
fine.
up.
Yeah, go. No, take your time. I have all the time and all the resources. I am in control here, and your attempts to regain control are doomed.
Hi.
You want to ask Auntie something? Which Auntie?
No, not ask you something.
Oh, you want to see something? Oh, okay.
I want to ask you something.
What do you want to ask me?
I want to ask you, what is it going to be my birthday?
It's going to be your birthday in 2 months, love.
After this, when are we going to go?
Baby, I need you to go, okay? I love you. Go get mommy for me, okay?
I need you to
I love you.
go.
Oh my god.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
It's not working.
No, sorry.
Oh my god.
You thought you were muted?
Yes.
Oh, that's adorable.
It's hilarious.
Unfortunate.
Oh, it's hilarious. No, she just wanted to talk about her birthday, and I figured, you know what? Probably want to distract chat with that. Also, I need to fix my thing. That's so weird that my mute isn't working.
We've
Oh,
heard
wow.
everything.
The rash we know.
Oh no. Oh my, that's a lot of skeletons.
And zombies.
Anyways,
there's zombies as well.
Yes, for those of you who didn't know, I have a child. So while John's trying to gauge how much Archon is going to put up with the shenanigans and trying to write a circle and trying to cast a spell, his attention very divided. He is in the last half of this spell. He's trying to get Asena's attention. Again, very distracted and kind of looking up at her, and every now and then trying to catch her eyes, and he he's trying to kind of do. He doesn't have enough coordination to be able to do the head tap thing, so he's trying to like be able to look over here, please, as he's whispering the incantation to the spell that he's casting.
Asena's going to open communication to Yasmin and Dolores. Does John look weird to you?
I've never known him to not look weird. So,
fair.
Can you elaborate?
You know, you are just talking to us. Why don't you ask him?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Thank you, lafon.
Hey, John, you look kind of weird.
Oh, thank God. Hey, I think you have to stay, at least for a little bit. So I'm gonna teleport us to Indogalad's palace.
By us, you mean not me.
Well, I think you need to stay with Varus.
In hell.
No, not forever. You should be able to cast some sort of teleportation and then go to the astral, and we'll come find you.
True.
You've got this. Look, you know what? We'll leave Dargan and Chet. Wait, no, crap. We can't leave Dargan. Oh my God, I have to take Dargan. Oh no.
What's wrong with Dargan?
He's not you. Varus wants you. Alone with you.
Dargan's not going to eat you. He'll be fine.
Oh, no. I mean, it's just, you know, you've been training him, and I'm like his fun uncle, and you're trying to really do this. So I'll do my best to keep him on the right path until we see you. It won't be long. Anyways, I'm about to cast the spell, so be safe, okay? Take care.
Okay.
All right, well, see you later.
Do you want to lower the static field before you cast the teleport, or are you just scoodly-ooting your way out of here?
Scoodly-dooting.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
What?
Okay, so this is something John would know.
Yeah.
The reason you can use teleportation circle to go from world to world is because you're going from prime to prime.
Yeah.
You're in hell. Teleportation circle doesn't go from plane to plane.
No, but I'm going to a prime. But it didn't matter where you did it as long as you're going to a prime.
Teleportation circle only works within the same world. So if you're in hell, you can teleportation circle somewhere else in hell, but you can't play.
Wait, I've done that before though. I've used teleportation circle in order to go to a prime.
You can go from one prime to another prime.
Oh, you can't planar shift.
On the same plane of existence as you. We've counted all primes as being in the same plane, so you can get from one of our campaign settings to another.
Oh.
Again, this is something John would know, so I'm not gonna like, haha, this thing work. It doesn't work. Like, I'm not gonna screw you.
Oh no, hold on. I just need to figure this out now. Uh-oh.
Unless anybody else has any ideas for how to get out of hell and get the fuck away from Varys Goodwin and Asena.
Well, normally we would just use Asena, but Asena has to stay here. Is Asena able to send us without coming?
Push you.
Nope, because she has to break the conduit.
Is there no portal, hell portal?
Can we teleport away from here and then like somewhere on this plane and then shift from that position?
I don't have, unless I can make a really quick deal to get a teleportation circle somewhere around here. I don't
Portamaz
have.
appears inside the static field. Did somebody call?
God damn it.
What
Hey,
if we call
buddy.
Oriel?
That could work. Do you want to try calling Oriel?
Oh, don't do that. That's an awful idea. Can you imagine what if he saw you cavorting with all of these sinners?
Is Korgamos doing that thing where time kind of just like droops while he's...
Yeah, Korgamos is going to put all of you in a time deal bubble.
Great.
Meaning that time outside is progressing. No, actually, he can't affect time outside the bubble. He can only affect time inside the bubble. Time inside the bubble is traveling much, much faster, meaning everything outside appears to be frozen while he can attempt to strike a deal here.
Gotcha. Okay, so then, okay, so I misunderstood how the spell works. So what we're going to do is, just to kind of in canon facilitate this, John's casting this thing, and then right when it's about to go off, he does the whole, Korgamos, I need you. And then, so I need a portal elsewhere.
Define elsewhere.
Away from here.
Let me give that a good think. Let me think that over. In the meantime, does anybody else need anything?
We need the guy with the axe down here.
Yeah, but we don't have anything to offer for it, so.
But we need to get
don't you,
him
though?
out.
There's always something to offer.
I need my angel Oriole here.
Are you deploying the thing where you call him, or are you just telling Korgamos you need that?
No, I'm just telling him.
Okay, but when you think about it, is that really what you actually need? Like, aren't you just placing your dependence on somebody else? Shouldn't you be more who isn't me?
Your argument holds so much less weight when you walk it back halfway through.
Yes, I understand. John, do you want out of Avernus, or would you settle for simply a teleportation's insignia somewhere else in this world?
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I kind of would like somewhere else. But I don't know if I have what you need in order to do that.
Oh, you
actually
have what I need. Not like
hold on
that.
a second.
He looks directly at Dolores.
Not like that.
You're a very dirty Abishai, Gorgamaz. I like you. No. In fact, I think I do have something. Do you remember the last time we dealt with Tiamat?
Right.
And you and I needed to come up with a solution for that the last time we spoke. And I think that this would be a good way to resolve that, because obviously what is currently happening to Tiamat right now is kind of what's happening to Archon right now, just in a very weird way. And I'd be very happy to resolve that. And I'd also be very happy to get away from Archon right now.
As tempting as that is, I'm afraid I'm not interested in furnishing that particular offer at this time. I have the distinct feeling that it is going to be dealt with otherwise.
Really?
Yes, yes. That's the sort of thing that you're going to do as a freebie, John Carmichael.
Interesting. Freebies don't come around too often. I'll have to see what ends up shaking out in that regard. Okay, here's what I got. John starts just digging through.
This is an open forum, by the way. If anyone else has something that they'd like to further, I always adhere to my bargains. I literally can't not.
What do you normally trade in? Just out of curiosity.
Well, the most obvious answer would be your soul. Now, I know that sounds extreme, but let me tell you, the go rate on a soul like yours is very competitive.
Oh, for what reason?
Korgamos looks at you for a moment.
Information isn't free either. My apologies.
It's always good to try and see where you stand in a negotiation. I totally understand. You can't blame me for trying.
Oh, I can't. I like this one.
I like
bring
you
this
too.
one around more often, John.
That's the idea.
Okay. I mean, you still haven't answered my question, but aside from that, I'm going to say that, considering you said the going rate on my soul is quite high, let's say we're going to keep that for the time being. It's always good to keep your most valuable option in the back pocket, as it were.
Suit yourself. I could be convinced to offer some sort of consideration in exchange for a portion of your life. And if you have something more creative, I'm open to that as well.
Do you trade in the material at all?
Ugh, material. I'll be honest, that wasn't a no, but...
No, I understand. It's just not, Yeah, no, I feel you. The metaphysical, though, does kind of... Like I said, I'm a little bit new to the metaphysical, so I'd like to see where my options and stocks lie, so to speak, before just spending it willy-nilly. I have this cool gun.
There is somebody who you should meet. I'm sure the two of you could talk shop for hours.
Is that a yes? I'll take an introduction.
I'm afraid not.
Okay.
I'm not an arms dealer, but I could make that arrangement actually. Arrange an introduction between the two of you.
That would cost something. I can find my way there elsewhere.
Any chance you collect spoons?
Magical spoons.
How magical are the spoons?
They are
Well?
as magical as you believe they are.
Okay. I've heard that one. All right. Do you have any idea how much faith it actually takes to generate that level of magical power? Believing in a spoon doesn't cut it. Now, if you could convince an entire continent to believe in a spoon, that would be a very special spoon indeed. Then we'd have something to negotiate over. But not under current circumstances.
How big is the thing we're trading for? Like, what's the ask?
It depends on what we want. We at least need...
That is actually what that means, John. That's correct.
We at least need a circle away from here. That's if I'm using this specific spell. However, Karkamaz, what if I told you that I could get you, and Tiamat, of course, by extension, a very particular knowledge of something that I have uncovered. Something that, as far as I can tell, only I have been able to uncover, at least in recent times. Currently, you have access to it because you have my loyalty, but what if I gave you not just the promise of being able to use this talent? What if I gave you my knowledge of this talent? If I could forget something, if John Carmichael would lose something that he's collected over the course of his adventures, something powerful, something noteworthy, something that you'd be able to utilize not on this world, but on every world that Tiamat has influence over. Something corrupting, something powerful, something that you and your agents would be able to use to affect the Queen's release.
Can't keep flirting like this. Just cut this enough with the foreplay. Tell me what it is.
John is offering to give up, much like Yasmin gave up their ability to return back to their home world. John would give up his knowledge and the ability to utilize the deep glyphs of warding that he had collected from the ancient empire at the bottom of the Quellian Sea, that he's utilized over the course of his adventures to modify his runes and take control of various creatures, creating thralls and monsters.
The ancient lore of the Aboleths. That's a troubling one. That is a troubling one. Does anyone wish to hazard a guess as to why that offer is troubling?
But you're considering it.
Oh, very much so, yes. But it's troubling.
Because it's hard to understand.
He's offering his understanding, not simply to pass it over, but to transfer his understanding to me. So no, it
Understanding,
will.
but not ability.
I am an arcanist of no small talent. I am positive that this knowledge would be valuable. That's not why it's troubling. You, the one with the penchant for guns. Any thoughts?
Oh, me.
Yes. Why this is a troubling offer?
Give me a hint.
Hmm.
Consider it fun of the game.
I'll play. He is offering to give up his knowledge of the mind-twisting deep glyphs of the aboleths and transfer it to me.
Is this related to who you work for? Or is it in its nature itself?
Oh, how many questions do we get to ask? I already gave you one.
Are you a researcher or not? I thought we were on good terms.
We're on good terms, but you never teach your student everything that you know.
No,
John, and do you want to hazard a guess? You haven't technically guessed yet, but no more questions for you. Do either of you want to hazard a guess?
Yeah, I want one more guess.
Fine, Asena, you can have one more guess.
Okay. Because you don't know how to take information from his brain to your brain.
That's the delightful part about working in hell, darling. If it's in the contract, it happens. The fine details work
So
themselves
you
out.
do know how?
Yes, I do.
Oh, well, then that's not it.
Did I detect a peak of interest there, Asena?
No. I'm not talking to you.
Of course not. Any last guesses?
Jealous.
John
I have so many theories.
is mostly kind of trying to figure out how he's going to make all this work, but he kind of just, off the top of his head, says something to the effect of when, depending on what cosmology you follow, aboleths and dragons are both inheritor beings. They were created for a purpose. Aboleths, ages past, were these beings from beyond the stars that had empires all across the plains, and they were uprooted, and the cause of which, depending on, again, the cosmology, it could be many different things, but it could be the fact that dragons and aboleths are both godlike beings that have multitudes of servants at their disposal, and it would be like one pantheon dipping into the powers of another.
Do you really think that would bother me to take my enemy's weapon and use it against them? No,
not particularly.
Unless you wanted to give it one last shot.
No,
My fellow
Mortimer's
scholar.
that.
I wasn't talking to you, I was talking to my fellow scholar.
I have too little information.
Ah.
Does its very nature constrict you in some way?
I said no more questions.
Oh, that's the guess.
No. See, I'll give you my answer by way of my counter offer, John.
All right.
I will take this knowledge, but you can keep it.
Oh, you want him to remember. Why?
It does. You type like to dip and dabble all over the place. A little bit of devilish magic here, a little bit of consorting with the angels there, and a little bit of old-fashioned mind-melting eldritch horror. And I don't want to take that out of the equation because I think it's a very important flavor in the John Carmichael stew.
You're a fan.
I admire some of his work.
Oh no, I understand. Professionally intrigued, I think is the polite way of saying it.
Right. So that's my counteroffer. You keep the knowledge, I get the knowledge, and I will give you the magical boost you need to get all the way home, wherever you're calling home at the moment.
Okay, I was gonna say, wait a minute, you're offering John a chance to go home.
Is that what you want? I mean, I could get you out of all of this.
That would be a very, very lofty change. That would be an extremely huge change of pace. I mean, let me ask you this. Are you ready for John to go home?
Oh, this deal's only good for John.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get everyone out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not sending everyone home. He's just sending you home. I'm sorry, that's an upsell. You can't, it comes with the territory.
Now, hold on a moment, Gorgamaz. We need to get everyone out of here but Varys and Asena.
Right. So, I will elevate your little teleportation circle into a plane shift spell in exchange for the knowledge of the Elder Glyphs. It's a jump of 2 spell levels. Not too much of an ask, I don't think. And a fair price paid.
Done.
Excellent. And should any of you ever find yourselves lacking something in the future, you need only call upon Gorgamaz.
And he vanishes, and John, the spell changes almost immediately in your mind. You find yourself, for one time only, it'll still cost you a 5th level equivalent of spell points, but you can cast the 7th level spell Plane Shift.
Perfect.
The casting time of Plane Shift is 1 action.
Oh, goody.
It takes you and up to 8 willing creatures. So where do you want to go? And do you have any last words for the denizens of hell over here?
I told Asena we were going to Indoglad's palace, so to Indoglad's palace we will continue to go to.
Okay.
I'm going to look to... Oh, wait a minute. Because we need to get... How are we going to get him back? We need to get him back.
What's the range on Planar Shift?
Wait a minute. I don't think we need to get him back. Because the... What's his name? Hold on. Teclocious didn't make it a part of our deal that we had to come back through the censor. All he said was that we had to just leave, find our own way out.
Are you hijacking Gruck the Axe?
I mean, I think I'm hijacking Gruck the Axe because he didn't say we had to return him, just rescue him from hell.
Does anyone have anything they want to say about that?
Nope.
Mm-mm.
I mean, at this point, what is he going to do if we...
I mean, if he goes on a
fall
mindless
back
rampage...
on our word.
He could go on a mindless rampage.
Yeah, but on that topic, I mean, it better just Gruck than this.
Gestures wildly.
We went through this whole thing because we liked Gruck. We're not letting Gruck go this easily.
Okay. Varys stands up and speaks.
Oh.
Gruck leaves with them. She stays with me and takes my confession. Then she leaves unharmed. Archon looks uninterested, and as Varys says this, the blue glowing tattoo on his neck flashes and turns a sickly green. Archon looks uninterestedly at the monk, having no idea any of his backstory.
Dude, you don't know how cool this is. Learn the lore, man.
Read the room, my guy.
Will that do, John?
That'll do.
Torgar, throw the half orc down. And the Minotaur grabs Gruck and hurls him over the side.
Oh, anybody got Featherfall?
Does anybody have
Yes,
Featherfall?
actually.
Do you want to use Featherfall on Gruck?
Yeah.
Okay, then he's not going to take 72 points of falling damage and go into a flying bloody rage.
It's a worthy amount of 2 spell points. No big deal. That's fine.
Do I recognize the
grasps? Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, sorry. No, I was gonna say, do I recognize the shift in Varys's tattoo? Is it something that is
roll an Arcana check. Dirty 20. No, not a dirty 20, a natural 20.
natural 20?
Natural. All
Okay.
natural.
That's 2 1s and 2 20s today.
The lafon logic holds. Okay. Yasmin, this is a bomb. It is the seal on an unbelievably powerful, vile speech driven plague spell.
Oh.
Oh.
It hasn't gone off. But if he talks again, it is. And when I say
So it's like
unbelievably unbelievably powerful, I mean the radius on this is measured in the hundreds of miles.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And the virulence of this plague it will unleash is apocalyptic.
Hell yeah.
At this point, hell, oh no.
Oh no! No, we're gonna be here Sunday or Saturday. You said whatever happens here happens.
Who knows how far away this is from Alderaan, Matt? You're probably fine, right?
You said hundreds of miles, didn't you?
I did.
Campaign is canceled.
It's a good thing you can't base your decision making on any of that.
I mean, it's too late now. It happens. It's just. Oh my.
Okay, John, roll a perception check.
I
Have you been exposed to vile speech beyond?
Oh my gosh, it's a natural 20.
I fucking hate it here.
There's
okay.
Nice tell a story. That's so funny.
There's far off in the distance, there is a city floating in the sky, being dragged down into the river Styx. But distances in Avernus are non-Euclidean and non-linear. It's out of range. You're fine. Don't let the natural 20 completely deflate the lol to lol, meme to meme.
But that doesn't mean it couldn't come into contact with what's going on there.
Oh, yeah.
And be a point of possible contention in a good, bad, otherwise way.
Oh yeah. No, don't worry. This is going to impact that campaign. I promise you.
Oh yeah. Oh
that
yeah.
actually okay. This I think by the way with that Arcana check, there's a gasp of recognition from Yasmin, and then it's time to go. It was time to go minutes ago. Let's go.
Let's get out of here.
Do you want to cast plane shift?
Yeah, we're gonna grab everyone and go.
We have Gruck now, right?
You have Gruck.
We have Gruck. Yep, we're gonna all hold hands, and I'm gonna give Gruck a spoon as we hold hands.
Wait, did Atticus get a spoon? And did he accept it?
I'm actually as
Sure.
speaking of the spoon, I'm gonna grab the spoon from my backpack, and throw it to Varys.
Oh.
Okay.
Aww.
He catches it.
It's just a spoon.
I mean, that was your spoon, but all right. I was going to give him a spoon, but it's fine. It's fine.
It's just a spoon.
It's just a spoon.
It seems like
We have enough
like a little
spoons
more
to go
than that.
around.
What was that, Drosi?
So it seems like a little more than a spoon. I'm still pretty sure there's something more to it.
Oh, there's definitely more to it.
There
Definitely
is
more to it.
What you believe?
a flash of light. The world drops out from underneath almost all of you. And then, suddenly, the horrible dry air of Vernus is replaced by cool, misty autumn evening. The shift in the quality of the air is so sudden. You can smell leaves and petrichor, and there's this cool mist upon your face. You can hear wind rustling through the branches. The ground sort of sways and gives a little bit beneath your feet. You are standing in a gigantic, gigantic tree. A really big tree in a beautiful elven courtroom. And we will rejoin all of you folks in your new environs in a moment.
Hey, mate.
Yeah?
Since we're going to still be here, as we're leaving, I want John to send Archon a message.
Okay.
And he's just going to send a message saying, "You should have taken my first offer." And then he teleports away. Right before everything goes boom.
Okay. Asena, you are standing alone with Varys in a gigantic circle of undead with dragons flying overhead.
So you can talk now? No.
He waits for a moment. And then he speaks. Asena, from this moment onward, I am a walking catastrophe. And as he says that, the sign on his throat flares again. It's just like, and an invisible wave passes out from him with a radius of 1,000 miles. And it doesn't stop. It consistently generates from him in a 1,000 mile radius. It washes over you painlessly. You barely even feel it because you're immune to disease.
Is that what it is?
Yes. Yes. I need you to listen, please. The only way that I can have absolution... No, that doesn't matter. The only way Oscus can be saved is if you take this information to the others. Okay?
Okay. Are you sure it's the only way, though?
At this point, it's too late. I've made my choice. Perhaps there's another way. I don't know. I wish I could have met you as a student or a pupil or a fellow artist. I recognized your fighting style the moment I saw it. We both strike with the fist of the heavens. I wish that we would have had more time. But the best thing is probably for me to die now. Because otherwise, and he taps this, who knows what harm this could bring.
I get it.
Hold on, I just have to check. Just to make sure I get this 100% right. Yes. Tucker Quickfoot is corrupt. And he has sold the soul of our entire world. He and Darius discovered the secrets of the chains. Have you seen the chains?
Yes, in the machine.
They built the machine. There should not be a machine. There was a guardian of that place, an entity responsible for balancing the flow of life and death. They discovered the secret of this place and of this guardian. They persuaded it to leave its post and experience the cosmos. And they built the machine in its place. The machine powers Inaequa. The machine gave us celestial heroes our immortality. And it is killing Ascus. The only way Ascus can be saved is to find the original guardian, persuade them to give up their freedom to retake their place at the center of Refacina, and to destroy the machine. If it is done improperly, all life on Ascus will be wiped out. Do you understand?
Well, let me repeat it back to you because sometimes I get these things really messed up and then I want to make a mistake.
That's okay.
Okay, so I need to find the guardian, convince him to come back, destroy the machine.
Yes. Tucker Quickfoot and Darius Ventrelli did this. The
Tucker
others,
and Darius.
Tucker and Darius
Quickfoot,
did this. The others don't
Ventrelli.
know. They don't know.
Where are the others? The heroes?
It doesn't. Yes. The rest of my fellow celestial heroes don't know. Tucker and Darius did this. Find the guardian, convince him to return, destroy the machine. Repeat that back to me.
Find the guardian, convince him to return, destroy the machine.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker and Darius are bad.
Thank you.
Wait. What if no one believes me?
I have faith in you.
Thanks.
I barely know you, but by the way that you fight, I can see that you care about other people and you fight to make everything a better place. Someone will believe you. You will find someone to believe you. That's all the hope that I can have.
Yeah, honestly, this sounds kind of easy, so I think it'll be fine.
Varys, his shoulders sag, not from like, oh God, we're all gonna die, but just from like, oh, I said it. Thank you. Okay, you can go. It's all right.
Wait. One more thing. Asina's gonna pull out her cell phone and like take a picture of him.
Okay.
In hell.
Okay. He doesn't understand what that is.
It's like a drawing. Just like stay still, maybe like a painting.
Oh, like a photograph.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Just with no flashbox. Okay.
I don't know. It's complicated.
That's okay. Thank you, Asina.
Just takes the picture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. Well, have a great time dying.
You know, Asina, he stands up, cracks his neck, turns to face Archon, who's just like lazily dragging his axe in the dirt, waiting for you to get this over with so he can claim his prize. I think I will.
Then Asena's gonna plane shift.
Okay. Now, can you plane
Or,
shift?
not plane shift, planar slip.
Okay, you slip to the astral. There's a flash. Varys Goodwin stands alone against the forces of hell. He gives the old come at me, bro. And the camera cuts away.
Aww.
To the court of Indogalad. Which I actually have a map for. Give me a sec. Grabbing all the survivors, finding the correct map. No, throne room. Delete all these, paste all these. And voila.
Woohoo!
Ooh, so fancy.
So this is where you find
God.
yourselves. What?
We really did Garrett Atticus. He's like gone.
He's along for the ride now.
He's really gone now.
No, you didn't Garrett him. You Charlied him. You horrid his ass. All right. Yasmin and Dolores, you are standing in a lush, verdant, arboreal paradise. There's glowy Lothlorien lights all over the place. Beautiful staircases, not cut, but shaped from the living wood of the enormous tree. And heavily armed elvish warriors surrounding this spot.
Where are we?
What do you do? One of the guards yells, "Halt!" And the other one walks up to them and whispers, "Welcome back, John Carmichael. Please make yourself at home."
It's good to see you all again. Where is the king? I have something for him.
The king at this hour? In his quarters.
Oh.
He is
Sorry, I
feeling
didn't
unwell.
realize the time. Oh.
He takes his
no.
rest.
Okay, well, this is quite important. It's one of the artifacts. I've recovered it, and it needs to go in the vault. Is anyone else able to go there aside from his lordship?
If it is of urgent matters, we shall wake the king.
It can wait. If we could just find accommodations for myself and my guests.
Of course.
Had a long day.
All right. Dolores, compared to, like, there are elven lands and kingdoms on Ascus, and they do have a lot of the Rivendell Lothlorien vibes, but also modernized.
Mm-hmm.
This is like Lothlorien classic. They're going to escort you, and a couple of more elves arrive to escort you as well. But you can both of you, Yasmin and Dolores, please roll insight checks.
Okay. Is it? Oops.
A 15 and a 13.
13.
All right, it's pretty obvious that you're being treated as honored guests. Like, even though you're being guarded, you don't feel like they're there to watch you. You feel like they're there to protect you.
Okay.
Like, just immediate, complete change of tone. And as you walk through this city, you start to perception checks from both of you, please. $11 and 17. Okay. Dolores, the city's huge. It's enormous. It's like this, and these trees must be 300 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like these are huge trees, and the city extends from one branch to another all over the place. And you see the silhouette of something flying overhead. It's a boat.
Ooh.
It's
Prison?
a what?
The prison?
Sorry, what prison?
Oh, because we have a floating thing that's a prison.
No, they're sailing ships, and there's multiple of them. It's Treasure Planet up in here.
Okay.
Yeah. And Yasmin, give me a science check, please. Okay. Looking around, it's immediately obvious that you've taken a technological backstep. Part of it is that it's difficult to tell because these elves primarily seem to be using magic, and a lot of their equipment and stuff is literally grown from the plants around them. But with the existence of the flying vessels, there's also commerce and signs of outside goods. You see flintlock pistols and rifles, astrolabes. In Earth terms, we're probably talking like Renaissance, Age of Exploration style cannon, but not artillery. People still use swords. They have pistols, but they're not super accurate. And it's all been very clearly integrated with magic to a higher degree than Oscus, because in Oscus, Inaequa is sort of easier to use and everyone just relies on it. They have a lot of magic, and it's very heavily integrated into their daily lives.
Are we allowed to cast spells here?
Who are you asking?
Is Yasmin asking
John.
that out loud?
John,
Oh,
I'm asking.
yes. Absolutely.
I won't get arrested or anything.
No, that's pretty... I mean, I'm sure there's other worlds where that's probably the case, but no, that was a very Ascus thing.
Even like high level magic?
Yeah, absolutely. John is looking around. Gosh, what can he do that's just quick and easy?
I mean, I'm gonna take him at his word.
7th level.
I'm gonna snap my fingers and just cast Mage Hand.
Yeah, there you go.
You cast what?
Mage Hand.
Okay.
The cantrip.
Mm-hmm.
Does it affect? Has it been? Is there any effect between how I'm used to it running?
No.
Huh.
You would say, though, tapping into the local magic of the area, it's suffused with magic. It's like there's a lot of it. Not enough to have a mechanical effect, but it came to you very easily.
That is so interesting.
You know,
Sorry.
I still don't understand. How does magic normally work for you?
I can draw up a seminar later.
Okay.
I'm not an expert. I'm more of an expert, but not an expert, if that makes sense.
By the way, do we know that Yasmin made that deal that they can't return to Ascus, or is that a private thing?
That wasn't an official formal deal with the devil or anything like that. We're working on the lore side of that, so no, that hasn't come up yet.
Cool.
Actually, the mask technically still hasn't been made yet.
Exactly. It's something.
We'll-
It's something Yasmin's gonna make that will have that effect.
Gotcha.
You are ushered into rooms that are largely open. Like they don't really do walls a lot around here. All the different areas are more like balconies with natural, again, from the living wood trellises that sort of over, and then sometimes like bark around the area. But excuse me, cat, shut up. Mr. Pancake is intruding on Floofer's territory. So your rooms are luxurious. They're huge suites that are built into these like naturally occurring platforms. They have privacy screens, but they're not closed walls. Like the wind blows through them, but it's a very pleasant wind. You have hot baths that appear to be fed through some sort of mineral spring in the wood. You have like multiple rooms each. You have like each of you gets your own suite. The beds are from natural materials and fibers. They are unbelievably soft. There is fine wine in bottles just lying out there for you. There are plates of fruit and nuts. Like, this is penthouse status, and it's all very organic, hippy-dippy.
Well, surrounded by new people, I'm going to need to make a wisdom save.
Mm-hmm.
What? I don't know anything about either of you. We need to have a conversation.
I gotta pick a character to introduce. Hang on.
Yes,
I gotta pick a character to introduce.
I'm so happy. I was so happy that happened, Dolores.
By the way, are Ben and Charlie still here?
Yeah, they wouldn't have left. They would still be
Cool.
here.
Good.
That would be fucking funny, actually. That would be really funny. But they're not going to appear immediately. Okay, I know who's going to show up. I know who's going to show up.
Okay, well, I failed my saving throw.
Yeah, I know.
What is this?
Okay. Where are you? There you are. Ooh. Okay, all three of you roll 1d20.
I got a 5.
5, a 14, and a... Josie, give me a flat 1d20 roll.
Oh, me too. Okay.
And Pods, give me a flat 1d20 roll.
Ooh. 19 and 11.
Okay. Unannounced to any of you, hold on. I'm just seeing if I have like a physical description here. A tall, elvish woman with incredible cheekbones, wearing a sort of a golden, you know what? I'm just gonna put her on screen here. I feel like
yes. Oh, best girl.
A gray elf approaches unannounced into your quarters, Dolores, and oh, my apologies. Were you traveling with John?
I can be traveling with you.
Hey!
And on that note, we're going to go ahead and end tonight's episode. Oh, good Lord, good Lord, good Lord. All right, cool. You want to do do you want to do Coriander tonight?
I did not take any notes. So, I don't know. I mean, we can if you guys just want to talk randomness, but I don't really know what to say.
we can do a short shit post. We'll do a short one. Unscripted. All right, we'll be right back. See nothing. Hey, it's a Coriander Society Adventures. It's the show after the show. Hi, hi, yeah. Do you want to do it? We don't have a script today, Pods. Do you want to do it? Go for it.
Hey, I'm gonna say the same exact thing Joe said. Welcome to Coriander. It's the show after the show where we talk about the show. Except for I have nothing to talk about the show. So maybe you do.
I mean, nothing happened. So
nothing happened at all.
You know, that was a perfect pitch to chat. Maybe you do. Give us your questions in chat. You know what?
My hosting skills are getting, I don't know the word. See what's happening? Stale. I've been away from the camera for too long.
You've been making glass. Like that's
That's
a
right.
completely different skill set, you know?
But still a strangely performative aspect. People come to watch glass.
True.
They have bleachers and like it's a show. It's weird.
That is cool though.
Do you talk to people
Yeah.
during it?
I mean, nobody's watching me, but yeah, my teacher did a demo and there was like 50 people. And so, yeah, he's like explaining what's happening and like making jokes. And there's definitely a performative aspect.
That's
Yeah.
totally hosting. Because
cool.
I was going to see if it's like hosting or if it's more like dance where you're trying to command the audience strictly with motion and emotion rather than talk, which is like still stage presence, but a different subset of stage presence.
Yeah, the dance is more in like the movement around the hot shop because you have other people.
Right.
So we have like certain lanes and pathways that we
Mhm.
have to go in. Like we can't go the most direct path. And it's sort of just everybody moving around while trying not to talk to each other. But sometimes you have to.
Yeah, that describes me in most social interactions and settings, actually. Moving around trying not to talk to anybody. You know, there is lots to talk about, and but absolutely no fucking plan. So it's just like my campaign planning process. So I'll go ahead and I'll do a thing here. But first, I want Lafon. Before we went live, you were saying something to Matt that I want to.
Oh yeah.
I want to put in front of the universe.
Yeah. So I mean, when TVG came and invited me to the show, to this. First of all, this campaign spoke to me, right? Like the idea of kind of a world that's on its face one thing, but as you kind of like look at the details, it becomes one thing else, right? Quickly kind of falls apart. That was super fascinating to me. And then I was told who was in it, and when I heard Matt's name, I was like, oh, I have so many opportunities to just say I'll do the thing and then just never actually follow up on it. And in this case, it's Matt's relentless curiosity.
Also, like
for
my campaign planning.
Matt's relentless curiosity for how the power systems and how the general lore works, or like the general character interaction within the world works. I would find it very funny if every time John tries to like isolate information, something just comes up and prevents the answer from ever actually happening. So John goes through all these like hyper technological things, has so many answers, and this one world just refuses to give him anything. Not through intentionality, but by sheer luck.
It is an enigma. John learned a lot from the records of the previous sis, and he's learned the only thing he's learned is he likes to trust skeletons. That's all he's learned in Oscar.
All right, so we'll do a thing that I stole from someone else who stole from someone else. Stars and wishes, which is basically say one thing that you really like. What was your standout for the game, and what's something you hope for, like something you'd really love to happen or to see or to get the chance to do. And I'm gonna also steal from Pods here and have everyone roll 1d20 again.
Ooh.
Low rolls.
This is almost
Wow.
this is almost in order. Damn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. So Matt, you get to go first. Give me your stars and wishes for the episode.
Okay, so does it have to be specifically about like my character, or is it just
no
something that
No, absolutely not. It doesn't have to be about your character at all.
Let's see.
When you're thinking about like what's my favorite moment, the first thought that comes to mind before you're like, no, I can't pick that. That's the one.
My favorite moment was this is going to sound really stupid, but it was when we were convincing Atticus to come with us. There was that moment where I was like, oh my gosh, we could totally have him pick between oh god, that crazy name that guy has, Triclocious or Dolores, and then Drosi absolutely was like, no, we're actually going to do that. And it happened. That was I think it fully encapsulates like the player experience in D&D. Like it's the kind of thing that like if you try and do it in real life, it almost seems kind of hackneyed. But like when you're playing a game, everyone's like, that would be so fun. We have to try it. And when the dice either say yes or no, and when the dice say yes, it makes for just I mean, just if you think about that moment, like carrying forward in the campaign, how many characters have? I mean, I mentioned Ben and Charlie. Like, oh, are they still here? Those are characters that came from a different world that we kind of hijacked and just brought them along, and they've taken on a whole life of their own. Like, yeah, Atticus seems like, you know, I call them the bold, but like Atticus seems like, oh yeah, cool. You're trying to come up with a way to make him all interesting and fun and all that, but like he literally could develop into like a really cool character. He also could die next episode. Who knows? But like he became more than just double shield guy, and it was that moment that made that decision. And that's my favorite thing about D&D. It's just anything can happen. And it's so cool.
And your wish was something you hope happens or you hope learn, like just something you hope for or want.
I hope Atticus dies next session.
Wow.
No,
you just want him to die.
No. I hope that we are going to be able to save Ascus. I think that there's a lot of storylines. Again, John and I know absolutely nothing about what's going on with Dolores or Yasmin, other than just the very little bit that we've been able to just squeak through conversations. But obviously, it's important to them. It was so important to Yasmin that they were willing to sacrifice their chance to see it again, but they still want to save Ascus. We have Varys, who was willing to die to get that information out because they want to save that world. Asena was one of the most, I don't want to say serious, but like normally she's very like go with the flow and we'll see how things are. And obviously I know that Janessa, you play her up to being very like, oh yeah, you know, like we'll see how things, you know, shake out. But it was very cool to see you having Asena take that moment with Varys, like as serious as Asena can take a moment. And it was just really awesome to see everything play out in that moment. And I really hope that all these sacrifices and all the efforts that everyone is putting towards trying to ultimately save this doomed world, it should come to fruition. I think that would be really cool.
Sweet. I rolled next, but I'm playing Dungeon Master Privilege. So
wow.
Hey, mate, what was your cool favorite moment of this game, and why was it getting to be Archon? Because that was pretty fun.
Let's see. I liked when I think that some of the best moments were interacting with Atticus and such still in Ascus before Dolores and Yasmin got fish out of water. Because once you got fish out of water, it was kind of like letting John take the lead because that's what makes the most logical sense. Like, step back. We're in hell. I've never been to hell. So I think that some of that initial roleplay was some of my favorite part. When this whole group is this set of players is bouncing off of each other. It's really, really great. I've greatly enjoyed it. I also enjoy my multiverse of gnomeness and crossing over with the Descent into Avernus campaign. Someone asked what effect this might have on the Avernus campaign. Well, a hyper advanced version of the bubonic plague just hit all creatures that are susceptible to disease within 1,000-mile radius. That isn't within the range of Elturel, but it's in the range of a lot of other things. And the Tower of Archon is a visitable location in Descent into Avernus. So this is not just going to affect that location, but it's going to affect the power balance. This is like a shockwave event because not everything in hell is immune to disease. And it's super mega bubonic plague as well. Yeah. And
It's a space bubonic plague.
It's nasty. It's hella nasty.
Hella nasty.
And there's some details that didn't come out of that. He never took a vow of silence.
What?
He never took a vow of silence.
What is it?
I leak? Yeah, I'll leak just in case. So this is not player knowledge. This is player knowledge, not character knowledge. Okay, come along with me because who knows how long it will be until we get to talk about this. Varys figured out about the Torquem Machina, the great machine. He figured out that it's a long story of how
he figured it out,
and he gave Darius. He wasn't going to just bring this up to all the celestial heroes because he was afraid that it was going to destroy the peace that they'd created. So what he did was he told Tucker and Darius, "You two chuckleheads have like 2 weeks," or he gave them an ultimatum. You have like a week to come forward. And they spent that time developing a mega super bubonic plague bomb that they stuck to his neck.
Oh
Oh, that's fucked up.
Yeah, they secretly they manipulated another disease, a genetically engineered disease that they created to punish sex offenders.
Jesus.
So like in Oscus, there is very, very low rates of violent sexual crime because you turn into a werewolf. And then you are forced to obey the ministry.
Oh, that's what all those werewolves were. Oh, geez.
Yeah, they were turned into werewolves that served the ministry. They lost their identities for their crimes. So they manipulated that virus, created a new, really bad version of it, and then got him when he wasn't looking. If he talked twice, or if he ever revealed the secret of the Torquem Machina, it turns him into a living plague bomb. And it doesn't turn off.
And they were willing to risk that he would. Wow.
They knew he
Because
wouldn't.
he seems like a decent guy.
They knew he wouldn't.
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't make it any better.
Oh, no.
Welcome to Oscus. Enjoy your stay. Everything is fine. Everything is wonderful.
There is no war in Oscus.
Here we are safe. Here we are free. As for wishes, I just want to play more D&D with you folks. This has been really fun.
No.
All right. Janessa, you are up next.
Oh, I am. What was it called? Stars?
Yeah, Stars and Wishes. I don't know who invented it because I stole it from someone who stole it from someone. Like the degree of replicative fading is very high.
It's kind of both the same spot. Like I really liked being stuck in hell and having that conversation. I like being confronted with emotional moments and trying to play off of them. So I think that went well, and Asena was funny. And I kind of always lean to humor. So my wish is like, oh, I wish I could have said something more profound or like made it a more touching moment. But that's just not where my brain goes.
It's also, you knew this guy for like an hour.
That's true. Yeah.
Like I honestly thought you handled that well. You gave it some gravity, but you still made it an Asena moment. You know, it wasn't just like total goofiness.
Yeah. I liked it. I like that there I like that there was at least a little bit of emotion there. And then I think the call with John was kind of awkward because it was just very like, okay, we're leaving in hell. Like I didn't really know how to handle that. So I was just like, all right, bye. So yeah, there definitely could have been more there, but I just think, you know, it didn't happen.
It do be like that sometimes.
Yeah.
Drosi.
Oh, so I think my favorite part was honestly like that switch to hell. It was really interesting, I think, because like, in Ascus, Yasmin and Dolores were kind of like leading the way a bit. Like that was our world that we got to know, and we had those 2 games where, actually no, 3 games, including that one in between, where we kind of like built that up, and I really like we knew a lot about that, and it was really fun to kind of see that switch when we got to hell, and John kind of took charge, and it was like one of those things of like, okay, we're all kind of flat-footed, we're in a new space, like let's venture on, and then to find out that like, oh wait, he knows these people, like there's something going on there. It was a really cool, like I feel like it was a really cool experience you don't often get in games, where it's like that like little conflict that you're having in comparison, it suddenly takes on like almost like a real world-ish thing where you're like, oh wait, there's other stuff going on outside of that has like developed in its own time. I thought that was really cool. As far as wishes, I hope that Atticus, Charlie, and what's the other guy's name?
Ben.
And Ben, I hope they have a very happy throuple together.
We're gonna trauma bond over being
Those 3 together are going to be so fucking funny. Those 3 personalities are like taking Atticus and adding him to like Ben, and oh my god, it's going to be so fucking
good.
funny.
I hope they they all move into the same elven rooms together. And,
Oh my god, that's
happy.
perfect. That is so perfect.
Lafon, you rolled a 6. Give it to me.
Favorite moment. I'm pretty confident building characters. I think I can build a compelling character on a baseline fairly quickly. My favorite moment was episode 2 when we were in the theater, because it took a character that I was confident about, that I knew where she was going. I kind of knew her whole thing, and then interacting her with Dolores basically turned this character entirely differently. And I think made a better character for it. I don't think the Yasmin of episodes 1 and 2 would have been able to make the choice to go for a solve on the engine at the cost of not being in control of their own destiny, essentially, right? So being able to have, I mean, Drosi did a fantastic job of kind of as a player, right?
Oh.
So my favorite moment is that interaction of playing against or playing with someone who's so confident in kind of how they approach that style of story that it radically changed the whole thrust of an entire character arc that I think made for a better, more fun character to interact with.
I really like their dynamic together.
They're fun. Yasmin and Dolores are just, they would never admit, or Yasmin wouldn't admit that they're fun to be like to see against each other, but like from the outside looking in, they're just fun characters to be around. So that was so much fun. Yeah. Wish. I mean, wishes are hard because you try and go into every story just telling the heart of the story, right? And to like not leave any regrets. So yeah, it's cliche, but I unfortunately have to say, like, just more games, right? Like I don't regret anything that was done, or I don't have any wishes for anything that was done in the story. I think the way it played out made a ton of sense. The moments that everyone kind of had were so brilliant. Like, I mean, like the Asena moment, just to call back to kind of echo the ones there. I would have felt like, as someone watching the scene, I would have felt kind of lost if it had been like this hyper, serious, extremely dense moment. I think that like that levity made it actually real. You're not dismissing a person's greatest confession, but also someone walks up to you off the street and is like, hey, here's the entirety. You're like, oh, okay, thanks.
Here's my
Right?
emotional baggage and the fate of the planet.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go die now.
I like, yeah. So like that in terms of like wishes, that really is the sum total of it for me.
I think my favorite wishes are the ones that are hopes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I hope we get to explore this. I hope we get to learn that. I hope we get to see or do, stuff like that.
Yeah. I really liked how we kept, his fight open-ended. Like the camera cut away.
Mhm.
You just have like everyone can make their own ending on how that epic fight went.
Well, that's
They
not
sat
gonna
down,
last
had
forever.
coffee and cookies. But unfortunately, everyone got sick and died except for him, so only he could enjoy it. But of course, because everyone died around him, he was feeling sad, so his enjoyment was tempered. And so in the end, it was melancholy.
I hope Varys, Tiamat's champion, and then Minotaur create a very
I'll be
nice
very happy. Oh.
We didn't see him die, so
The only issue is that eventually, if the Descent into Avernus campaign goes to visit, aside from the plague blasted wasteland, I am going to need to know what happened. Like,
yeah.
Actually,
but
that was...
at the very least, go ahead.
Oh, no, so good. I finished your thought because it's a technically lore question, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, basically, it means that the suspension, the quantum superposition of the imagine whatever ending you want won't collapse for a while. So take comfort at least in that. What were you about to say?
I've been in fandoms before. I can have headcanon.
Yeah.
The reality of the world does not change my thought process.
The author said something. That's great. Don't care.
So between Coriander and Avernus, you had said that maybe it's not the same time.
Yeah, the timeline is the question. When does this happen? Now, I think I am going to make it roughly equivalent, so that like we're going to have we should be having a show on Sunday morning, and so I think that I'm going to say that this incident happened at roughly the same time, but that campaign, unless. And Matt, you're not allowed to do this, all right? I very rarely say no to a player, but you're not allowed to say, hey guys, let's abandon the quest and go really fast to the Tower of Archon. I just have a feeling about this. But because that's not going to happen, it's going to be a long ass time before if they go there, which they probably will because it's cool. In the Hand of Vecna. But like, it's going to be a long, long time.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, somebody could time travel and like they know that this event is happening. Sorry, Matt, if you want to go.
I was just gonna say there was another time earlier in our campaign where John came to hell and there was a reference to Descent into Avernus. It was a very, very small reference, but we have established that there is a similarity in time frame, so it's just in line with what we've already done. It's just,
the Coriander verse is the connective tissue because Inaequa is very much an isolated world that largely doesn't interact with the rest of the D&D cosmology, other universes. But John's been there, so that's like this multiverse campaign is sort of the one that's allowed to do that kind of crap.
What I kind of hope ends up happening is you make one little slight, like we're not even going to say anything to the guys because they're not going to be watching this right now. They're all dads. They're asleep. They're in bed. It would be on our game this weekend. You mentioned like as you're panning in, you have some off thing about like an off in the distance. This little explodes in the distance of Avernus' horizon. This green petulant blob. We're like, oh, I wonder what that is. And then like 100 episodes because like 7 years, whatever long it takes us to get to their point because of how slow we're moving. And it's like, you remember that thing I said 100 episodes ago?
3 years ago.
It'd be funny.
Paid off.
The lore question I had was Triclocious. Triclocious? Whatever.
Triclocious.
Mispronouncing his name would have been funnier. Actually it's more like a tie to the heresy thing. How many of their how is he a good aligned character, or is he kind of like a within the rules of obviously Book of Evil, or is he kind of like a wolf in sheep's clothing type thing?
That no, he's evil as fuck.
Okay. That's kind of what I was figuring.
Super,
but like,
he's got a sanctity score that hides his sin and heresy, but he is a bad person.
I was wondering.
It's kind of the read I was getting, but I didn't have any way to tie it at the same time. So
yeah,
I was wondering if he was like bad, or if it was like, because I know like tieflings are still like a bit of like general like dislike of them in Ascus, or like general like what do you call it, suspicion of them, and I'm like, is Varys just a little bit racist, or is this guy actually evil?
No, he for all intents and purposes, if you scan him, he shows up as good. But the moment that you remember that when in that other episode, when one of you started talking about the machine and Varys hit you with a wave of shut up, Triclosius picked up on that because he fucking knows. And that's why he was like, I will get you the flesh of Kur right now if you fuck off forever. Because he was weighing his options. He's like, Varys isn't going to go in for killing these people. Tarandorn, Rankir Tarandorn, he doesn't know. I'm going to give them what they want and get rid of them right now.
Yeah.
Oh.
That's kind of the vibe I was getting. But you know, the way things kind of shook out did not.
So what is he? Is he?
The other thing is the heresy, the engage heresy spell that I cast. Was that what essentially canceled the?
Yes. That is why he couldn't use the Hand of Vecna to, which is, it's so funny. So the reason that I made it go to Tiamat to Archon's tower, one is because I'm a huge goddamn nerd, but two is because I justified it by saying, okay, John is a multi-class warlock of Tiamat. This portal isn't normally open. If he just gives it hell juice, it's going to naturally go towards her lands. So I had that happen. And then in Descent into Avernus, the Hand of Vecna is eating Archon's body and he needs good aligned creatures. So I just went through like, okay, he gets Gruck. Oh, great, a celestial hero. Oh no, he's got heresy now. I can't do it. Well, he's still really powerful and he's got amnesia. So maybe I'll like turn him into a weapon for my armies and use him to march against the forces of, my enemies. But like, I would rather have eaten his soul. So, like, all of this, almost all of this was emergent. It was just the choice to say, what if he goes here? And then logically what happens after that, rather than me being like, I'm going to do this.
So by that logic, I actually did not curse Gruck. I saved him. Thank you very much. I take full credit.
Very good. We did that with Atticus too. Technically, we didn't.
I was legitimately thinking about it. That was something like considering how Varys was. I was considering using Awaken Heresy.
On Varys.
No, not on Varys because Varys is a monk. Well, actually, yeah, I wasn't
on
really
Atticus.
Varys, no,
to like
on Varys. On Varys. Sorry, but I was the reason I didn't do it is because he's a monk. It's a wisdom save. The likelihood of it working is very slim. The other thing I could have done is poison our well of good aligned creatures entirely. I had enough spell slots to do that, and just been like, "Yo, fail your saves on purpose." But
we're all evil.
But temporarily, it does end. Probably not for Gruck, but
how funny would it have been if Atticus? So I didn't just have Varys sacrifice himself because it's more dramatic that way. Like, yeah, he does. It was one, he's not going to fucking let Atticus go, right? Like, that's just not in his code of ethics. And two, he has to say this thing to the only other person who's immune to disease. But how funny would it have been if you had been able to send Atticus and then you like heresy him and run away?
It would have been very funny. It would have been very funny. I think Atticus is what is his class? Like rough. I mean,
fighter.
What was he roughly?
Fighter.
He's a fighter. Oh, he would have struggled. He would have had to make a 17 DC wisdom save.
Gruck's a fighter too. That's why you got him.
I think you rolled a 5.
And yeah, the only reason that they are immortal celestial heroes is because of Inaequa. They all got like a huge, undiluted, pure Inaequa, the water of life, Lisan al Gaib. So now they're all immortal. And it's because of the Machine of Doom.
Dang.
Oh, and so most of them don't know that either.
According to Varys, only 2 of them know.
Oh
Oh man, that's like real fruit of the poison vine kind of thing.
All right, gang.
Dang.
You want to call it?
Yeah.
All right.
Do you want to do a recap?
Episode 7 of Coriander Society Inaequa. Our heroes make a deal with Triclocious Edwardius that they will leave Oscus forever through the portal if they get the Flesh of Kor and the writings of Dolores' parents, philosophical forbidden research notes. Triclocious delivered. Our heroes jumped through the portal, but not before Dolores punched Triclocious in the gut and grabbed him by the lapels and told him that he smells and he's a bad person. They went through the portal and found themselves in front of Archon's tower in Avernus, the first circle of hell, where Gruck had been sent, and even now he was in the clutches of Archon the Cruel, champion of Tiamat. Archon needs the lives of good-aligned creatures to stop the hand of Vecna from consuming him, but Gruck had been corrupted by heresy, thank you Yasmin, which meant that he was not a suitable sacrifice. Our heroes worked out a diabolical deal with Korgamaz, the Blue Abishai, trading knowledge of the elder glyphs, the deep elder glyphs of the Aboleth, in exchange for upgrading a teleportation circle to a plane shift. Atticus, the shield warrior who was gaslit into coming with them into hell to rescue Gruck, offered his own life but was refused because Varys Goodwin stepped forward instead. Varys used one of his 2 times. He was allowed to speak to give his demands. Everyone else gets out alive, and then Asena takes his confession and leaves. Being a paladin, even if he is a dark paladin, Archon agreed. After everybody left plane shifting to the fantastic court of Fluris on the world of Perianth, Varys stayed behind with Asena and spoke, revealing the terrible truth of the Torquem Machina, unleashing the plague tattoo that was sealed upon his neck as a countermeasure, and spreading a virulent, super mega version of the bubonic plague everywhere for a 1,000-mile radius. But it's in hell, so if it gets a bunch of like devils and stuff, Varys is kind of okay with that. He told Asena that Tucker Quickfoot and Darius Ventrelli are the only 2 celestial heroes, that they are the ones who discovered Refacina, the land, the dimensional plane of life force visualized by chains flowing up and down through reality. They found the mystical guardian at the center of that place and convinced them to leave their post to taste the wonders of the world and to live after watching others live for so long. And in its place, they built the Torquem Machina, which produces the power known as Inaequa, the source of the celestial hero's immortality and all of the technology and power upon Ascus. But that same power is what is slowly killing that world. After impressing all of this, giving all of this knowledge to Asena and stopping for a selfie, Asena departed. Varys went to go battle Archon in hand-to-hand combat. We don't know what happened there. The rest of our heroes, except for Asena, who is now loose in the astral plane, found themselves in the court of Fluris with incredible, luxurious elven hospitality being shown to them. And Dolores just met the dream mage Medwithin and liked what she saw. And that is where we left. For all intents and purposes, this is the end of Coriander Society Inaequa. Our heroes have left Oscus behind. If they are going to return, it's not going to be anytime soon. I have greatly enjoyed this plot arc with all of you, and I don't know what we're doing next immediately, but this is not the last time that we're rolling dice together by any means. It's been too much fun.
Yay! This is fantastic. Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Pods, you want to do
Stories
the thing?
told are best with friends.
Yes.
It has been so fun. Thanks everyone, and thanks to chat for watching. Maybe watch Descent to Avernus on Saturday to see if they get a play. Thank you all so much. We had a great time. As for now, this case is closed.